Hey everyone, Original OC with you on a special episode of the program. It's Patek Friday here on the Original OC channel. It's Friday, the 16th of May, 2025. We're going to do a special Patek Philippe celebration and appreciation show. Strap on your Patek Philippe's and let's do it. There's been so much news about Patek Philippe recently, including the breaking news, the news that we exclusively brought to you yesterday. Patek Philippe increasing prices across the board, draconian price increases across the Patek Philippe lineup, which begs the question, is it time to give up and walk away from the Patek Philippe journey, or is now the time to double down and put your faith in Patek Philippe? That is the burning question. So listen, if you're a fan of Patek Philippe, jump on the panel. Let's talk about it. Talk about your journey. We'll talk about where you want to go from here. Is it still the most iconic and celebrated and collectible and respected brand in the history of Swiss luxury timepieces, or have these price increases put them out of reach for the luxury collector? I want to hear from you guys. If you have a Patek Philippe story to share, jump on the show. I happen to be wearing my Patek Philippe annual calendar. It's navy blue with the diamond baguette indices, and it's a white gold case. The 5396G, my favorite Patek for me. So I'm celebrating Patek today. What Patek are you wearing? Jump on the stream and let's discuss. But yeah, if you have, by the way, if you want me to pull up a specific reference number, $1.99 super chat, guys, $1.99 super chat. I'll pull up any Patek Philippe reference number. We'll check out the new prices. They've gone up considerably. I think Patek Philippe is going to be out of reach for 99% of collectors. But you know what? Patek Philippe is for the elite. It's for the top 1%. And I know a lot of people who have a Patek Philippe in their collection. You got to have at least one. That's my opinion. And listen, get it. Now's a great time. I mean, is it time to double down? It's a good question. Is it time to invest in the journey or walk away and give up and leave the game empty-handed? Let's discuss. By the way, real quick, a few administrative things to take care of. Number one, upvote the live stream. Number two, make sure you're subscribed if you're new to the channel. This is the Original OC channel, Smart Watch Talk for the Smart Collector. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have notifications set to all. Make sure on your iPhone that you go into settings, notifications, YouTube, and make sure that you have notifications enabled for YouTube. Okay. Good stuff there. All helpful advice. Next, I want to remind you that for those of you who have stars next to your name, you are a member of the OC channel. Thank you, and I appreciate you. Please check and see if you have a free super chat available. You do that by clicking on the currency icon next to the comments. It'll say free member milestone chat. Make sure to use it. If you don't have a star next to your name, boom, there's the link to the memberships. Now, let's say hi to, I want to say hi to everybody. And while I'm saying hi to everybody, I would like to give a special shout out to Mal in the UK. The Patek Philippe Calatrava 6119, the best Calatrava. All right, cool. Let's do this. Let's go to the Patek Philippe website. Let's pull up the Calatrava and let's check out the 6119. Mal does not specify. Oh, the G. The G, 6119G, which is not rose gold. It is white gold. And this is a very, very handsome timepiece. Classic and elegant and beautiful and modern with that white gold and that vertical satination on that gray dial. Very, very sharp and cool looking. Love it. What is the price? You guys want to guess the price? Guess the price of the 6119G. I will reveal it in just 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, I will reveal the price. But first, I want to make sure I say hi to everybody in the chat. I want to say hello to Earls. Earls is first. Thank you, Earls. I want to say hello to Logan Hall's Grill Streams, member of the channel. I want to say hi to Matthias. I want to say hello to Goldfinger. I want to say hi to Johnny O. Johnny O says happy Friday. Sunny and 85 in the Windy City. I don't believe that. No way. It is gray and drizzly here in New York. And kind of gloomy, I'll be honest. But hope you have an incredible Chicago Friday, Johnny O. Thanks for being with us. John D in the chat. Oh, damn. No, you're not late to the game. You're not late. You're right on time. Andy Lewis, who is an absolute lover of Patek Philippe and member of the OC channel. Howdy, y'all. Andy Lewis has the Cubitus. How did he get it? How did he get it? He has the two-tone Cubitus, the 5821 /1AR. Hey, we got SE in the chat. SE's using those member emojis. If you're a member of the channel, check out the emojis, custom emojis, guys. SE is a Patek Philippe owner. If you're a Patek Philippe owner and fan, let me know in the chat by using the Patek Philippe Calatrava Cross custom emojis in the chat if you're a member. We got them all in the chat. Got Dear Artifact. Ooh, Dear Artifact says, walk away and reach for the crown. You know, the last 8 consecutive unboxings that we've done are all Rolex. Every single one. The last 8 consecutive unboxings have been Rolex. So listen, I mean, you cannot deny the power of the crown. I think it's safe to say that the two brands that are pulling away from the pack are Rolex and Patek Philippe. Rolex is really just crushing everybody. They absolutely are crushing everybody. Mal says, as a Patek Philippe owner, I'm glad they are making them more exclusive so I can feel like a big man around all the pores. Thank you, Mal. And just to prove how poor you have to be to own the 6119G, are you ready for me? Are you ready to reveal the price? The price is a whopping $35,600. Wow. The $35,600. That's insane for 6119 Calatrava. It's a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous watch. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Classic, simple dress watch. Who else do we got here? We got Scott Wexlin. Got Ryan Hofred. We got D Wood. We got Humble Pine in the chat. A journey to a Nautilus begins with 1,000 Calatravas, or something to that effect. The Patek journey is impossible. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, big sports night here in New York City. It's the Knicks versus the Celtics. The Knicks versus the Celtics. You got Dodger in the chat. We have over 40 people watching. If you're a Patek Philippe fan, jump on the panel. Okay, I see someone in the back room. Someone in the back room. I think you're ready. I'll add you to the show. Let's see how it goes. It looks like you're new. We'll take a chance. Take a chance on somebody new. Maybe you're a Patek Philippe fan. Hello, Gasman.
Hello, OC.
You're scaring me. Who are you? Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm a fan. No need to be scared.
Okay, you're a fan of Patek Philippe, I'm assuming. Is it Gasman or Gasman? How do I pronounce your name? Gasman?
Gasman.
Gasman. Okay, Gasman. I'm worried. Let's see. You have an avatar that shows a beautiful Rolex Daytona on Oyster Flex. I can't quite tell if that's white gold or what metal that is, but what is that?
Yeah, that's the white gold previous generation. That's a 116519 LN.
115619 LN, and that the 9 indicates that is white gold. If you guys know your reference numbers, you know that 9 indicates white gold, 5 indicates rose gold, 8 indicates yellow gold. Hey, we try to do education here on the channel. So if you didn't know that, give yourself a pop quiz when the show is over. 8 means yellow gold, 5 rose gold, and 9, 116519, indicates white gold. So that's the white gold with the slate dial, the silver dial.
Yeah, they call it the steel dial.
The steel dial. So that's the ghost. People call that the ghost or the moon
Exactly.
dust. Yeah. Gorgeous watch. And yeah, well, welcome to the show. You're joining us from Europe?
Well, yes, the UK is in Europe, but obviously no longer in the EU.
Correct. Okay, so you're from the UK.
Yeah.
Welcome. Did the prices go up in the UK, or was that just a United States thing? I think I haven't received independent confirmation that the prices only went up in the United States, but have you been able to check recently?
I haven't checked, but I'm on the Patek website now, and the prices are unchanged.
Prices are
So
unchanged.
I think this is a tariff thing.
Oh man! So the U.S. prices have gone up. The Patek Philippe 6119. Mal just super chatted to know the price. It went up to $35,600 for a basic Calatrava with small seconds. But it's still a great watch, great entry level watch. This is manual wind, by the way, manual wind Calatrava. Gorgeous watch. So yeah, welcome to the show. Tell us about your. Did you join because you like Patek Philippe, or you just joined out of the blue?
I like watches. I like Patek Philippe, and I like your channel, the Watch Colony channel, and the community.
Oh, great!
You guys are lucky. We don't have something like this, not that I'm aware of, in the UK.
No, we are the official UK watch community channel here. We're a global watch community channel.
Yeah, worldwide. So thank you for having me on.
No, pleasure. We love people who love the hobby and want to share their experiences and knowledge and journey. I know it's an overused word, but we really, the journey is something that we think about a lot, and it doesn't just mean the interactions between us and the ADs. It means our entire process of learning and enjoying and celebrating the hobby. So that's what journey means to me. So, but the Patek journey in particular has gotten more complicated. The as the prices continue to go up and up and up, and it gets harder and harder and harder to get these very desirable pieces. It does, does force the question upon people: Do you go? Do you go the way of the Patek AD journey, or do you go some other route, or just give up completely and choose a different brand? I leave that as a rhetorical question. Dear Artifact in the chat campaign volunteer, remember for 9 months, OC is unlocking new panelists every day now. It's great. If I ever added any Patek Philippe to my collection, it would be a 5226G. Okay, let's take a look at the 5226G. That is the asphalt dial, Calatrava. Absolutely gorgeous watch. Let's take a look at it here. Boom. And we had ZD who jumped on the show yesterday, and he had this watch, which was the first watch that he had bought from a Patek Philippe authorized dealer, and he was thrilled with it. And I think he's on the Patek Philippe journey. So, well, have you seen this watch in person?
I have. Yeah, this is beautiful. As is the 5236 or 5326 OC, which is the annual calendar travel time.
Annual calendar travel time
with the same dial.
Oh, yeah. That is the
5326G, yeah.
We got smart people in the chat. Let me pull that one up too. That's a 5326G, as you just said. And
yeah,
that one's good because it visually breaks up a lot of the dial. It adds a lot of visual interest to the dial. Check it out, 5326G. The travel time, and this one is interesting because there are now 3 watches in the collection that have the hobnail case design, and this one has the 5 layers of hobnail. So now you have 3 different watches. One has 3 layers. The 6159G, which is the new annual calendar, and then you have the one we just showed with the 5226, and then we have this one, and this one has 5 rows, and then the others have either 4 rows or 3 rows, which is kind of an interesting little trivia piece of trivia if you're a Patek Philippe fan. Will this inspire more watch tourism to the EU? Question for you, Gasman. Do you think that the prices going up in the United States will encourage people to visit the UK or visit the EU and do some traveling and save a little bit of money?
It might do. It depends on your attitude to the issue about what happens when you guys get back home to the US. I know you talked about it in that way.
That's right. Yeah, it's like can we evade customs? Can we go through customs undetected, or do we declare the watches to customs and pay the tariffs and the customs? I'm not giving an answer. Constance Kwong and Waco say, hey, put it on the wrist and come back in the United States, and no one is the wiser. Maybe that's the method you take. We're not giving any travel advice here on this channel. Dodger in the chat says, I say go gray. Playing the 80 games is demeaning. I think that's certainly one point of view. Now, you said that you've been watching The Colony, you've been watching this channel, and how long have you been collecting watches?
Relatively recently. I started in 2021.
Oh, okay.
My first purchase. I got into watches a couple of years before that, and it was badly timed, obviously, because of COVID and the hype. So it was a couple of years until I bought my first proper watch.
What was your first proper watch, as you call it?
That was a Rolex 36
Yes.
millimeter Explorer.
Ooh, okay. 36 millimeter Explorer in stainless steel, full stainless steel.
Correct. Yeah, 124270.
Hmm. Am
That's
I to
fantastic.
assume? Am I to assume that you have a wrist on the smaller side, or did you just prefer that kind of classic Explorer size?
Yeah, a bit of, well, actually, my wrist is probably average size, it's about 6.5 inches. But yeah, I
I
prefer.
heard average. I heard average is 4.5 to 5, but that's what I read in the magazines.
Well, that's what
Never
she
mind.
said.
Yep. That's what I tried to convince her of, but she's like, no, no, 6.5 is average. I'm like, okay, whatever. Um,
But
yeah,
yeah, no, I
having a
do.
bro.
I do like slightly smaller or more discreet watches. I'm um, not such a fan of big and showy. But tastes change.
Sure, that's a great first watch. I mean, I got into the hobby around 2020, so you started a little bit later than I did, but you started off good with a Rolex Explorer 36. By the way, guys, if you have any references, Patek Philippe, it's Patek Philippe Friday, Patek Appreciation Show. If you have any references you want me to pull up and reveal the new draconian price increases, the new list prices for these watches, $1.99 super chat in, and I'll pull it up. If you have any questions for Gasman, enter them into the chat. If you highlight them, I'll find them faster, but I'll try to spot any questions that are posed to Gasman in the chat. So in 2021, your first watch was an uh, Explorer 36. Pretty good choice. And then, did you think at that time that it was going to be like a one and done watch, or were you always thinking, you know what, I'm thinking about getting a few watches, and that was one that you kind of started the craving for more timepieces?
Yeah, good question. And how things have changed. At the time, I thought this is it. It's a fantastic
Famous
everyday.
last words.
Yeah, and you know what? At the time, and it still is. That was a lot of money for me. I was actually offered the year before from the same retailer. I was offered the previous generation Explorer, which was at that time was the 39 millimeter 214270,
Right.
and
Which dial color?
black. The Explorer
Black.
One, so it's only ever been in black dial,
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
slightly larger, and I couldn't afford it. And the following year, I was, as I said, offered what was then the new release, the 36 millimeter, which actually works better for me. I might be able to show you it. Bear with me a second.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me do this. I'll take you off screen.
Sure.
Uh, and then if you want to turn your camera, if you don't want to show your face, just, okay. Hold on a second. People don't want to see me. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Shibuya City, Tokyo, Japan. Doxed.
Busted.
I have to say that looks perfect. I don't think there's any legitimate argument that that looks too small on the wrist. Could you pull off a 39? Sure, but I think that is absolutely classic and perfect. And we can prove that you're a real human being. You're not a bot.
No AI here.
Yep, looks very good. Nice.
So yeah, I thought that was it. I was done.
Okay. Real quick, BW in the chat. Member for 9 months. Welcome, Gasman. Are there any particular characters on the show that you enjoy watching? I mean, not to, what are the
Oh, see, are
cooler
you
fun?
fishing for compliments? Are you fishing for compliments?
Not for me. I'm for other panelists. Like or people in the chat that you like, that you kind of look at their comments and go, oh, I've always liked that person in the chat. They're funny or they're mean or whatever.
Yeah, there's a few. So, dear Artifact and his father,
Aw,
uh,
aren't
and
they not the nicest?
they are the nicest. You know, no, my dad's not interested in watches, never has been, never will be. But that's really nice, dear Artifact, that you've got this to share with your dad, and his and your collection is mental.
Unbelievable. He's a huge
That
fan of
Le Mans
Omega.
Daytona unboxing was just incredible. Like, congratulations. And, you know, you both, and him in particular, seem like, you know, real collectors. I remember your dad said that every Rolex that he's bought, he's still got. So it was fantastic that he got allocated that watch, because it should go to that sort of person, in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
they are a great father and son team. Who else?
Absolutely. I found this community via Diego's channel.
Yes, Diego.
Uh,
He has a yeah. Diego's
yeah.
awesome.
So he had a 36 millimeter Rolex as well, amongst others. Um, Many years ago, we can talk about Patek Philippe in a bit, but many years ago, or a few years ago, I thought the watch I wanted was a 5164A. So obviously he's got one from
That
an
is the
AD.
Patek Philippe Aquanaut travel time.
Yeah,
It's that yeah,
specifically
recent
steel.
stainless steel and it's been discontinued.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
tough.
So yeah, I was researching that watch and found his channel, and then eventually found the Colony, and then you guys, and I'm in deep now into the live streams and the
Uh-oh.
unboxings.
That's very unhealthy.
It's
Extremely
very
unhealthy.
unhealthy, especially as they are long. I don't know how you guys have got the time to do this.
I tell you that if you watch on the replay, which if you're in the UK, a lot of times you won't get to see the shows until the next morning, just put it
Mm.
on 2x or 2.5x. You will realize how much fluff and lack of content there is in it. 3 or 4 hour stream. But if you're watching this stream on the replay, if you are anywhere in the world watching us on the replay, keep it at normal speed. Just kick back, crack open a brew, or pour yourself a cup of Joe, nice cup of coffee, and relax and enjoy the ride. We got 50 people watching right now. 50 people. I want to see at least 25 upvotes. 25 upvotes, guys. Don't mess around. It's Patek Celebration Friday. By the way, what I'd like for everyone to do at some point while you're watching this show, if you have a Patek Philippe, take a picture of your wrist with your Patek Philippe on with the screen behind you, if that's possible. Now, if you're watching on your phone, that's going to be impossible. But if you're watching on a laptop, if you're watching on a TV, then take a shot with your Patek and this show running in the background. And after the show's over, put it on Instagram and make sure to tag me. Any post that you do on Instagram, or if you send me the photo, I'll post it on my account and I'll tag you if you want to do it that way. So either way, I think it'll be fun. Take a picture of your Patek with this screen, this show in the background. Either send it to me and I'll tag you, or you can post it on Instagram and tag me, and I'll join as a collaborator on Instagram with you. Let's see. Dear Artifact says, very kind of you, Gasman. Cheers and welcome. You're in good hands with OC. You got a friend in OC. Absolutely. We've got Ryan Hofrey. We've got Stefan in the chat. I have the current model Explorer 36 millimeter. It's my smallest watch, yet still wears great. Nice to see that you have one, Gasman. We got Pedro Bermudez in the chat. Who else do we got? Jonathan Smith is in the chat. What's up, Jonathan Smith? Did I miss anybody? Got Dr. Kevin Moore in the chat. I would consider the 5224R and the 5324G. I will probably buy one of those for my 65th in 3 years. Based on that picture, I don't think you're anywhere near 65, Dr. Moore. But do you want to share approximately how old you are, Gasman? I mean, approximately, or do you prefer not to?
I can tell you, I am the big 40. 40.
Oh, wow. Starting a collection early in life. I mean, that's a great time, but you must obviously be successful. So what happened? What happened after the Explorer? After you bought the Explorer, you're like, what happened?
What happened was, I think I fell down the rabbit hole.
Uh-oh. These
Um,
streams are dangerous. They enable people to spend money on things that they shouldn't be spending money on. It's a dangerous habit. It's almost like a cult. I turn off the live streams right now. If you're watching right now, turn off these live streams. They're bad for your mental health. Okay, now that you guys have turned everything off and with a few people left, we can continue on. Okay, what happened?
yeah, so the next one was towards the end of that year, 2021. I bought a Z Blue Milgauss, or Z Blue, as you guys would say.
The Z
That is,
Blue Milgauss. Wow.
yeah. So I was very Rolex heavy. I think as a lot of people are at the beginning of their watch journey.
Very
That's
smart of you.
Yeah, that's the only watch I've ever bought from a what you guys would call a grey dealer or a secondary market dealer.
Okay.
There was a lot of speculation, as you remember, that the Milgauss was going to be discontinued for many years. There was that speculation.
I do remember.
Yeah, and that was sort of peak COVID hype then, late 21, early 2022. So there was no chance of me getting it from an AD. So I
Is that
bought a
is that a watch that you still have in your collection?
No, that's gone. And so this is one of the things that I learned. Uh, I think we all learn things through this process. Is that even that watch was brand new? It was fully stickered. I think it was genuinely unworn.
Mhm.
I think I realized that I like new watches. I like the experience of going to the retailer, being the first
Ah,
one to buy the watch. So it never really felt like it was mine.
there are some people who adhere to that philosophy and they do not want to get something that somebody else wore. And it's not about how much it costs at retail. It may cost a little bit higher or it might cost a little bit less, but the experience of requesting it and getting it from the authorized dealer is not something that should be discounted.
The thrill of the
And so,
chase.
yeah, so you never, and also that watch is kind of big, right?
Yeah,
But did you
yeah.
feel that it fit you properly?
No, it was the 40 millimeters wasn't so much the issue. That watch is quite thick because
Yeah.
of because it's relatively anti-magnetic. So I
Hmm.
think it's got some sort of case or cage around the movement, which meant that watch and that generation of Air King, the previous generation, were quite thick watches. So it didn't really work for me. And as I said, it didn't really feel like it was mine. So that watch went about a year later.
Let me pull up just to refresh everyone's recollection to remind people because this has since been discontinued. But here it is. There is the Z Milgauss with it has the green. They call this the Z Blue. It's got the green rim around the sapphire crystal with the blue sunray dial and the orange accents of the orange lightning hand. The Z Blue. Okay, Ryan Hofre, the Z Blue. But now it's gone. Yeah. And
Yeah,
got it. Got JB in the chat. What's up, JB? Got C3D. Good afternoon from Chicago. Hello, C3D. Uh, okay. Well, okay. So, did you get rid of it right away, or did you after a while you didn't click with it and got rid, or did you get a piece something else after you got this one and kept this in your collection? What was the sequence of what happened?
so I kept it for about a year. I thought maybe wait till it's discontinued. I decided I wasn't going to keep it. I thought maybe wait till it's discontinued, maybe get a bit more for it. But actually, it's just sitting there, not being appreciated, not being worn,
Right.
and so it got moved on about a year later because other stuff had started to come in at the time.
By the way, guys, this is not an interview. Feel free to jump on the panel. The panel is open to anyone. This isn't like a OC, collector conversation. I'm not. This isn't like a Hodinky style show or anything. So I'm going to drop the link to the panel. Anybody who wants to just be on the panel and hang out with me and Gasman, and ask questions. And feel free to ask questions from the chat. But it's open panel, guys, so don't be shy. We're gonna. And by the way, how long do you have to stay? I don't want to make sure that you don't run out of time.
I got another hour and a half or so.
Oh, perfect. Hour and a half. So we'll just keep talking for as long as you want to, and as long as everybody wants to keep listening.
Yeah,
All right.
as they
So
find it
this is boring, terrible, boring content, guys. Click away from this live stream. Do something different. Go outside. Go for a walk. Actually, if you're going for a walk, you can listen in the background and occasionally pull out the phone and check out what's on the screen. We're here with Gasman. It's Patek Friday. We're celebrating. Although I'm listening to this collection, I haven't heard anything about Patek so far. So maybe who knows where the conversation is going to steer us. But okay, so you bought the Z Blue, you had it for Z Blue, you had it for about a year, and finally parted ways with it.
Yeah, that's because 2022 was I think that's when things really snowballed.
Yeah, for me too. I bought a lot of stuff in 2021. I mean, I bought the Platinum Day Date in 2021. I think I bought the Pepsi 2021. I got a lot of stuff in 2021.
Yeah. OC, what was your first watch? You said you got into it in 20. Did you say 2019, 2020? Was your first proper watch?
First watch? Yes, the Sea Dweller 43 was the first watch I ever purchased. The first Rolex I ever purchased from the AD. I had purchased 2 other watches around the same time. I purchased a Zenith El Primero Chronomaster. Got it from Joma Shop, a huge discount, but it was still brand new.
Yeah.
And I bought pre-owned from a local guy that was local to me, an Omega Seamaster Diver 300M with the white dial, and I still have that in my collection. I have both in my collection to this day. But the first
your Omega's
Rolex,
on the rubber strap, isn't it?
Yep, it's on the rubber strap. It has the bracelet and the rubber strap, but ever since I put it on the rubber, which was like basically day 3, it's been on the rubber the entire time. And I have, but my first, I remember in 2020, I was turning 50, and I wrote to the Rolex AD. I said, "Hey, I'm turning 50. I'm thinking about, getting a small collection." They're like, "Hey, come in for an appointment / interview." And went in and walked out with the Sea Dweller 43, my first visit.
Nice.
Yep. Rolex is now in the UK. You have like golds. You have Watches of Switzerland, Goldsmiths. So many different dealers there. You don't have to reveal which dealer with whom you work, but they've been treating you well.
Yeah, I've got 2 main retailers I buy from. One who I buy Rolex from, and the other another brand.
Okay.
And things have gone well with them. They're not the only retailers I've bought from, but that's the direction that I'm going to continue moving forward with, just those 2, because as you guys have talked about before, I think if you're in this for the long term, really you need to focus your efforts on a small number of as small a number as possible of retailers, obviously depending on what brands they carry, because they are, well, at least in the UK, they're interested in longevity of relationship and obviously trust and what sort of customer you are. How good you are to them, I think, can be reciprocated in terms of how good they are to you.
And what do you mean by how good you are to them?
I mean,
elaborate.
how much you spend. They are businesses.
Oh, okay.
They're there to make money.
I got
so, yeah.
Now you mentioned that before you got your Explorer 36, that the Explorer 39 was in the lineup, but you couldn't afford it. That at that time it wasn't something financially. So now all of a sudden, now you're buying another Explorer, then you have a Milgauss. Did something dramatically change? Or
yeah.
Okay.
So around about that time, basically, I got a big job promotion. I'd rather not reveal what I do, but a big step up in terms of seniority at work, and with that came a big step up in income, in salary. So that meant that I went from a position of, as I said, not having. At that time, it was about £5,000 for an Explorer One, so that's probably about seven-ish thousand dollars. So I didn't have the money for that, and then a couple of years later, 2022, as I said, things escalated rapidly.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, take us along on the journey then. What happened next?
Yeah, so 2022, I got another Rolex, Datejust 41. I think a fairly classic and relatively popular piece. So that was
Which
the steel model.
which configuration?
So Jubilee bracelets, smooth bezel with the slate dial. So it's like a grey one, a bit like the Daytona in my avatar. That sort of grey.
Got it. Let's go to the Rolex website and pull it up. Let's see. That's actually a model that's in the lineup today.
Correct.
Datejust 41. Let's go to the, let's see here. Steel, and let's just configure it. Let's do that. We're going to configure Datejust 41. It is oyster steel. It's not white Rolesaur because it doesn't have the fluted white gold bezel, but it does have smooth bezel, Jubilee bracelet, and if we zoom all the way to the left, it's got the what they call the slate dial. And wow, it's still actually a pretty affordable model, believe it or not. 8,700 US. You can't beat that. It's that jump when you go to the fluted bezel. It adds 2,000, I believe, to the price. Yeah. So this and the Oyster Perpetual are still two extremely affordable watches that get you a massive bang for the buck. Anybody who's backstage, I'm going to add Dr. Kevin Moore. Welcome to the show. Audio check. Can you hear me?
I'm trying. Can you hear me?
Okay, there you are.
Great.
There you go. Make sure your YouTube is off, and that you're just listening through the application for the live stream. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And whoever's in the back room, if you want to bring yourself on whenever you want, feel free. All right. So the journey, and Kevin, feel free to interject at any time. I'm kind of on a roll with Gasman in the middle of a kind of a long story, but feel free to jump in and interject with questions or your own journey or anything else at any time. Welcome to the show, man. Appreciate your jumping on.
Thank you.
All right. By the way, just real quick, are you a Patek fan?
Yes, definitely. And I do plan to own one day. I'm just waiting for a couple more years.
Awesome. Sit back and enjoy the story. So, Gasman, so you have at this point, then you have the Explorer 36 and you have the Datejust 41 in your collection.
Correct.
And those were bought at the same AD?
No.
Or different. Because
no,
you were doing divide and conquer, right? You were playing the game with multiple ADs, and you got one from one and one from the other.
Yeah, I mean, this was I suspect it was the same everywhere around the world, certainly in the US, but in the UK, if you were trying to get a Rolex in 2021, 2022 from an AD, and you didn't have a pre-existing relationship, it was very, 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 very difficult. Anything, even something like this, a Datejust, was hard. It was hard.
D Wood asks, Gasman, are you an anesthesiologist? You don't have to answer.
Busted. Yeah.
Wow. My dad was an anesthesiologist.
Really?
Yes.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, my dad was a doctor. Shout out to Dad. My dad was one of the reasons why I wanted to get the Daytona, because he went on a trip to either Japan or Thailand or Hong Kong or one of those things, and he came back and he brought back one of those. I mean, I would call it a Canal Street special. It's like one of those watches that you buy for like $10. I think it was like $10 on the streets in Japan. And he's like, he gave it to me. He's like, look, it's an automatic watch. I'm like, what is this garbage? He's like, no, it's a Rolex. He bought 2 watches. Like, one's a Rolex and one's a Piaget. Like, okay, whatever. Okay, hold on a second. Let me. You joined from a different device, Kevin, right? So hold on. You're back.
Yeah, it cut me off for some reason.
Okay, no worries. You're good. So yeah, so my dad was the reason that I eventually, like when I turned 50, after he passed, as a kind of a tribute to my dad, I wanted to get a Rolex. One of the reasons.
Is that your rose gold oyster flex one you're talking about?
Yeah, I also had a black dial Daytona, steel black
Yeah.
Daytona. Yeah.
And were they from the same place you got that Sea Dweller?
Yes, as a matter of fact, they were. I did get
nice.
My Daytonas and the Sea Dweller from the same AD.
Mm.
So yeah. So now, what made you get this particular watch, Datejust?
So it was available. As I said, this was this is the first Rolex that I bought from this retailer, but I had known them through how can I put this, non-watch purchases from before I got into watches.
Non-watch purchases. So you were a fan of cufflinks.
I was a fan of keeping my wife happy.
Oh, jewelry. Okay.
Kevin knows
married.
what I'm talking about.
So you're married and the wife likes jewelry. Okay, now we're talking. Now we know why you were successful at getting watches from the AD. He was playing the game, guys, but he's doing it the smart way.
So I must say the jewelry came first. As I said, I wasn't into watches at all when I was buying my wife. Well, at the time, my fiance. Some jewelry, and I wasn't into watches at all. I'd heard of Rolex like everyone has, but that was basically it. So then when I contacted them in whenever it was 2022, obviously they remembered me, and I think that helped me get this, because they were probably receiving hundreds or thousands of emails, walk-ins, calls every week asking for all the stuff that everyone asks for. Hey, Buckley.
Hey guys.
What's up, Buckley? Welcome. Dr. Moore, just a little bit of mic noise coming from you, so I'm not sure what you're doing, but mute when you're not talking, or just watch what you're doing with the microphone. Thank you. You and Buckley you started collecting before 2020, right?
No.
So we're all part of the COVID generation, basically. Most of us, most of the colony crew.
Yeah, and I had this Datejust on the screen with a fluted bezel at one point. You don't know about that though.
No.
Buckley, have you had? Are there any Rolexes in the catalog you've not had?
Yeah, there is.
That's funny.
There is, and I get
the Air King. Air King. Shout out to Air King Ben, who's watching right now.
I never had an Air. The main one that offline I get a tremendous amount of abuse for is the Daytona.
What, for something that you had or something that's gone? Something that you want?
Never had it. I've never had any Daytonas.
Time will heal that.
We'll see. We'll see.
Do you still have
it every day?
Do you still have? Buckley famously has the Azuro blue Datejust with the white gold fluted bezel and Jubilee bracelet in stainless steel. Let's see here.
Yeah.
By just going to the variations here, I change the bezel up, put the fluted bezel on.
The Rhodium, great watch. Really
Yep,
great.
Rhodium's great. By the way, so many people have gotten Wimbledon over the years. And as much as I'm not a massive fan of, the green Romans and this little tiny stick thing over here, you can't deny that over the 12 years or 13 years that it's been in the lineup, which is an incredibly long period of time, it has established itself as one of the most iconic and desirable, still to this day, desirable pieces. People, wear this watch and they're still like, I can't believe I got it. It's so hard to get. And here is the Azzurro blue, which is a lighter blue. It's got the great Romans. There's no lume on this one, which I like. And it's still actually a pretty good bargain at $11,100. $11,100. Do you still have the Datejust in your collection, Gasman?
I do. I don't have it on me.
Okay,
But
that's
yeah,
cool.
I've still got that watch. That dial is really, really nice. As Buckley said, it's not available in the 36mm
Right.
Datejust. But yeah, it's very nice.
MJ's in the chat. DCNLV, what's up? Reminding everybody to upvote the live stream. Guys, upvote the live stream. We should have at least 40 likes by now. So if you haven't hit the like button, please do that now. Type in your comments or questions for Gasman or Dr. Kevin Moore, who's we have 2 doctors on the panel. Ryan Singer also reminds everybody to upvote the live stream. Kevin, real briefly, what do you have? What's the pinnacle of your collection?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me show you my collection, and I'll see what you guys think.
Okay, show.
Is that okay? Okay,
Sure.
let me see if I can get my. Okay. How do I switch it over? I'll turn it around.
If you go into
Settings.
okay, you can go into settings, camera, and then choose triple back camera if you're on an iPhone.
I'm on a Android. I'll turn it around. Okay. Can you see?
Yes, we can. Let's see. Now, can you turn your phone 90 degrees so it's landscape?
Yeah.
And just keep it there for a second and see if that works. No, it looks like you got aspect ratio locked. That's not good.
I'll scan over. So, can you see where my hand is?
I can see it. Yeah, that looks like a Tag Heuer.
Yeah, it's a Tag. It's the Extreme Sport, and next to it here is the This is my newest watch. It's a Jacob & Company Skeleton Epic X with a ceramic and titanium case. And then right here is the Classic Fusion.
Yep, Hublot Classic Fusion.
Yeah, and this is my overseas.
Yeah.
That's a silver dial overseas.
Silver dial, which I really love it.
Yeah.
To me, the silver dial is the best. I mean, everyone loves the blue, but the silver dial is the one that strikes me. And then this is a two-tone Daytona. And this is an Asia Oser, which is a Chinese watch. I bought it because it has tourbillon, and it's kind of cool.
Chinese tourbillons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is it's the Carrera GMT skeleton. I wear that when I travel.
Yep.
And this is the Hublot Classic Aero Fusion. So it's my only all gold watch.
That's even the bracelet's gold?
Or well, it's on a strap.
Got it. So it's a full gold case.
Yeah, yeah. And then this is an Aqua Racer, which is that was my first watch. I bought that about 4 years ago.
Aqua Racer. Yeah. Wow, this is quite a collection. Amazing.
And then this one here, that's the Grand Seiko SBGY 026. And it's beautiful. It's actually all gold too, come to think of it. They made about 100 of those.
Is that a 30, like a 37 millimeter?
It's 38.5.
38.5. Cool.
Yeah.
It looks perfect next to the that tag, that giant tag bezel.
Yeah, the giant tag is ginormous, right? It's like 45. Yeah. Yeah, they're the
Huge.
opposite. Because actually it's the biggest one in my collection, and then that's the smallest one in my collection. So,
Nice.
and
What a
this one right
box.
here is one you guys may not have heard of. This is a Raymond Weil. It's a Basquiat is my favorite artist of the 20th century, and they made a watch that commemorates his art. It has lots of elements from his art. So I saw it was coming out, and I bought it the day that it went on sale. And this is a Carrera. It's more of a dressy, kind of versatile one.
Right.
And then I have two more.
You definitely have a style, that's for sure. I mean, the style you have is the black dials with a lot of subdials. Yeah, going on. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like the complications. This is my Carl Bucherer Scuba Tech. And then the other one, I have one out for service.
The brand is discontinued, so you've got a classic.
Yeah. And I have one out for service. It's the Parmigiani Fleurier Chronograph and GT Chronograph annual calendar big date. It's really a beast. So those are my watches.
You are down the rabbit hole for sure.
Right. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
Crazy. That's the most amount of tags I think I've ever seen.
That's 3. That was 3 tags, right?
3 or 4.
It was 4 actually.
4?
Yeah, I started with them where I live. The only real jewelry store, the best watches they sold were tags, and I kind of went down that rabbit hole before I realized that there's a whole other world of watches out there besides Tag Heuer. So,
what are you looking for next? What's next on your request list?
Honestly, I feel good about it. There are always watches that you think, oh, I could love that one. If I were a rich man, I would buy a Grubel 4C. But I'm not, so that's not gonna happen. But I turned 65 in 3 years, and I think I'm gonna buy a Patek for my 65th.
Awesome! What a goal! What an incredible achievement that would symbolize.
That would be really cool, right?
Very cool.
Yeah, you look pretty fucking good for 62, though.
Oh yeah.
Good genes, man. Good genes.
What part of the country are you in? You want to share?
I live in Bloomington, Indiana, home of Indiana University. But I'm from Los Angeles, and I consider myself always Los Angelino,
Yeah, me too. I'll always consider myself an Angelino. Yeah, from the Inland Empire, and Pasadena, and I'm mainly now Orange County, OC, South Orange County, San Clemente.
So if you live in Orange County, or if you're from Pasadena, you probably know Occidental College.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's where I went to college.
That's right. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, John D. L. Angelis. That's right. We got L. Angelinos on the panel. Gasman, back to you. What's next? Let's pick up where we left off. You purchased the Datejust.
Yeah, and then myself pimping myself out to various ADs continued, and I got that. I got that Oysterplex Daytona. You can see. So that was a first purchase in 2022, which is probably peak hype from a different AD, and I just got lucky. I call them when all the shops were closed, maybe a year or so before, because of COVID, because of the lockdowns. I just called them and said, "Look, I'm interested in this," and they said, "That's fine. We'll add you to the wait list." I had to pay a deposit, which is unusual practice in the UK. I think it's unusual in the States as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I paid a 10% deposit and just waited, and then that came in. So that's obviously a rapid escalation in price and desirability. That is a very, very, very nice watch, as you know.
Yeah. Now this is the current reference, the 126-500, but it's basically You have the previous version, which is the 116519, which is the Ghost or the Moon Dust, which is white gold with a steel dial with the black subdials. This is the white gold Panda, basically. And this is an extremely desirable reference, one of the best Daytonas, and looks great on wrists under 7 inches in circumference. You asked for this, and how long did it take to get it?
Probably 18 months or so.
Ooh, that's a long time. It's a long time to wait. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was. But I think that I was sort of reassured because I paid a deposit on it. And obviously, after the lockdown, I went to the store for the first time. And obviously, they were who they said they were. And I think I can't remember how many people they said were in front of me on the list. This was these guys are unusual in the sense that certainly at the time and for that watch, they actually had a list. The list existed, and they told me, I don't know how long it would take roughly, and it ended up being a bit shorter than that. So yeah, so that was that. As you know, the generation that we've got doesn't have the glide lock in the clasp, and I think that's a big upgrade in the new one.
It's a nice upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that one that you have handy? Do you have that watch handy?
No, I'm afraid I don't. No.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, this promotion has been great for your retailer friends. Made your retail partners rich. Daytona, the Milgauss, the Datejust, and the Explorer so far. So we're 4 Rolexes in. Yeah,
and then it was
pretty
soon a
short
fifth.
period of time. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a 5th?
Yeah, that was only a month later. So this is back to a different AD where I bought the Slate Datejust 41, and got another Datejust 41 from them. This time with the blue dial, which is again relatively popular. Jubilee bracelet, fluted bezel.
Oh, okay. Is that blue with batons?
Exactly. Not a zero blue like Buckley's.
Yep. The blue with batons, Jubilee with the fluted bezel. Cannot go wrong with that watch. It's dressy. It's also sporty. It's flashy. It's quintessential Rolex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. I don't know. These are good choices. But if I were advising him at the time, 2 Datejusts. Well, the first one he got because the market was super hot, and just to be offered any Datejust at that time, they were going for over retail. So you snatch up anything that you can get, and then to be offered such a desirable configuration, blue with fluted and Jubilee, man, that was something you requested though.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, so far you got a lot of things working out for you. That's amazing. So that's the 5th. That was the 5th Rolex. Talk about reaching for the crown, guys. This guy reached up and grabbed the crown by all 5 points so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So listen, when I went to go and pick up that Datejust at my at this particular AD, they were having some work done, and the work was being done in their Patek section.
Oh, they were renovating.
So they're having a refit, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
The retailers will tell the ADs what needs to be done or what they want to be done, and the AD needs to play ball. Otherwise, their whatever you call it, their agency, their license, exactly, is gone.
Yeah.
So they were having
they were in the process of renovating their store to bring it up to standards to be able to effectively and sufficiently promote Patek Philippe there.
Exactly. So I got talking with my SA about the brown brand, not the green brand.
Okay, so you started getting interest in Patek Philippe.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I had been interested, as I said. It wasn't just that. Obviously, it's a lot of purchases. I appreciate that, but I had really got very deep with the research and the learning, and I find that really, really interesting. So I thought I knew a little bit about Patek Philippe, but obviously touching them, having them on the wrist that's different.
Yeah. Now, were you attracted to the style of dress watches? Were you just you became educated that like Patek Philippe was like this pinnacle, like the pinnacle of watch collecting, or pinnacle of watch brands? Like, what was it? I mean, the research that you did it include online, offline? Tell us a little bit about what you read and how are, I mean, because a lot of times it's peer pressure and just social media influence and just these streams and other stuff that expose you to different things and other collectors who are buying things. So how did it work for you?
Yeah, it wasn't really the hype stuff that I was interested in at the time, and
Okay.
my interest had come really from online. I think like a lot of us who are after factual information, then it was Watchbox at the time, 1916 company now, and Tim Mosso is, the guy is like a robot.
Yes.
And obviously pretty much anything that's been produced, he's reviewed, so the access to the information is relatively easy. And it was the dress watches I was interested in because at this point now I'd had 5 Rolex,
Yep.
which
Yep.
are some of which are very similar, and I felt it was time to branch out into something a bit different.
Well, that was a very foolish and expensive notion.
Yeah.
Very, very bad idea. Father Artifact in the chat, who's a member, says, "Hey, OC, and hello, Gasman. Welcome to the channel. And dear Artifact told me that you said some kind things. Very appreciative. Thanks." Thanks for
Yeah.
being
Hi,
in the
Father
chat, Father.
Artifact.
Yeah.
I have a question for Gasman.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
go on.
So, do you wear your nice watches when you go to work?
That's a good question, Kevin. As you'll know from working in it looks like that's an ER, emergency room, or something similar.
Yes, emergency.
Yes.
Yes.
So in a hospital environment, the watches can get bashed about a bit. So for me, anything I wear at work has got to be properly water resistant, ideally steel, and it needs to be robust. And for that, I think Rolex ticks all those boxes.
Yeah.
So when I had the Explorer 36, and that was my only watch, it was a long time before I'd wear that to work, because I thought that'd be the only watch I'd buy, and I didn't want to get it smashed to bits. But after a while, I just thought, I've worked hard for this. I spent, as I said, even now, that's not a small amount of money for me. And I thought, I'll enjoy it. If it gets damaged or whatever, Rolex can be refurbished very easily. They're reliable. They're made to get wet. It's easy to take care of it. Why not? So yeah, maybe not some of the watches that we're going to come on to, but in terms of something everyday to wear that's robust, waterproof.
Yeah.
I think Rolex is for my job, for your job. I'm happy to wear it at work.
Yeah, Dr. Moore, do you agree? Rolex is something. I mean, you have a far more diverse collection, but you
Yeah,
kind of
at first I was hesitant to wear nice watches, mainly because I didn't want people to think I was showing off or something. But honestly, I've worked hard to be in a position to own these watches, and I love my watches. I wear whatever watch I want to wear, and I'm aware of my watches and where my arm is, and I make sure that I protect them, and I don't feel that they're at any increased risk. Sometimes things get pretty hairy, but I'm always wearing, PPI, and so it's a great joy to me to have those watches as I'm working. So I wear anything, and most of the ones I have anyway have a lot of sports watches. They have a good deal of robustness and water protection and so on.
So yeah, thanks for that, Kevin. So Gasman, for Patek Philippe, you were interested in a dress watch right out of the gate. And what
Yeah,
what year
absolutely.
what year was this? What year was this that
This
you?
was for 2022.
Oh, that's still the middle of the hype. Now the peak of the market was April 2022, March April 2022, but still, I mean, all throughout that year, even though prices were kind of coming down a little bit, it was still impossible to get watches from the AD.
Yeah, correct.
Which did you request a specific watch at that time?
So I spoke to my AD and said, look, I'm interested in Patek. We had a talk about things, and interestingly, this watch that you've got on the screen, the 6119G, and the R, they had available. Not on display, but they had available. And
They had
said to
both.
me,
They had both models available.
correct. Yeah, not
Okay.
on display, but available for sale.
Okay, but available for sale.
For what they deemed was the right customer.
Did you have prefer one over the other?
Yeah, I prefer white metal. I don't really like colored metals. So the G was the one that appealed to me more. I think it's a bit more modern. Buckley's a
Right.
relatively youngish guy. I think he's probably a similar age to me.
Wait a minute. You walked in. You had a meeting with them, and this was available at the exact time that you wanted it, or you had to wait like months and months and months, or
No,
like
no,
a
no.
year and a half.
It was available.
What?
G and R.
Well, so you bought this watch on the spot, your first
No,
kind
no,
of
not on the
meeting.
spot. Not on the spot. Oh, see, I'm not a tycoon here.
Oh, okay.
I
Scared me for a little
told
bit.
them I need a bit of time.
Okay.
But yeah, they said if you want it, you can have it.
Nice. By the way, huge shout out to Josh Polanski in the
amazing.
chat. Yeah. Good to see Josh here. Josh is an awesome guy. Okay, so what was the process like? You like, hey, they're like, hey, this is available if you want it. You're like, hey, you know what? I can't do it right now, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, I just said, look, yes, I'd like it. This was obviously, as with the Explorer, this is going to be my only Patek. I think it's a fantastic one and done Patek Philippe. So they gave me they gave me the time that I needed, which was a few months. Made some plans.
You made some changes. You made some financial moves to to provide some liquidity to make sure that you had funds available. And then so what? You just called them back and said, hey, by the way, I'm ready. And they're like, oh yeah, well, the next one that comes in, you'll get.
Yeah, so they'd actually kept it aside for me.
What? Are you kidding me?
Not kidding.
They just kept the watch there waiting for you for months while you figured out what how to.
That's unbelievable. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was about a couple of months. I think. Look, I think we all know that there is the ADs have things that they maybe say
don't lie.
have.
They have things in the back. I don't want to know that. I don't want to hear that they have safes full of Daytonas and Pateks that they don't offer to us. I want to live in a different world. Oh man, Buckley, what do you make of this?
I don't know. It's wild. I'm still listening.
This is wild.
But
so
he's got a bunch of Rolexes, right? So they're looking at him like, hey, what else can we do here?
Yeah.
But only two were.
They were trying to steal you from Team Rolex.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apes is in the chat. He says, was this in London? You don't have to answer that. It was in the UK. You are in the UK, and we'll just leave it at that. You don't have to say specifically where you are. But that's close enough. But so you asked for a one and done dress watch from Patek Philippe, the most iconic dress watch brand in the history of luxury timepieces, and lo and behold, you get it. This is a success story beyond all success stories. A perfect celebration for Patek Friday. Thanks so much, Gasman, for coming on. The story is unbelievable. I can't tell you how much it inspires everybody, I think, to think about, does it make sense to go and start a journey with Patek versus because I know people say, oh, well, you can get this for 5,000 less if you go to, watchtrader.co or whatever, one of those guys. Trotters. Why didn't you go to Trotters, Gasman?
They're not that much less, though. They're not that much less.
Say again.
Did you ever
Buckley?
consider going to Trotter's Gasman in London on whatever that street is?
I'm saying that the secondary price is not that much less than retail.
So at the time, yeah, you're correct. It was very close to retail for this watch. And again, as you all know, you've got a very special Patek. But I think having your name on the papers, which is actually a paper. I know you don't walk around with the papers, you don't wear the papers, but I think there is something special in that. Obviously, Rolex don't do that anymore. They don't have your name on the card. Right. So I thought, if I'm only going to buy one, well, let's make it mine. Have that experience, which they made special, and I thought, yeah, that's great. I've ticked the tech box. Yeah, exactly, done.
It's awesome. A great one. If I continue along this Patek thing, and I have to continue to, if I have to have one from each collection.
To hear Buckley say that is so satisfying.
I have to
he's already rationalizing it.
This 6119 would be the one from the Calatrava lineup for sure. The slate dial with the black strap, without a doubt.
Yeah, with the Tiffany stamp on it, Buckley.
Oh,
yeah. Well, it would be contingent on that, but hey, we don't have to talk about that.
I agree with you, Gasman, about if you're gonna buy one, do it that way. Do it the standard way. I just always feel that the dealers invest a lot of money in opening the business and running the business and having their watches there so we can take a look at them. And I know it saves some money, but I can't spend all the money I have, honestly, and I just rather go to dealer right if at all possible.
Yeah, so I've got to answer that question. Trotters, I wouldn't buy a cheese sandwich from those guys.
Ooh, okay. I didn't. That wasn't a pre-planned question or anything. I see those videos that come out on Friday, the Trotters and I think Watch Trader and Co. And they're entertaining, but to see like, oh, well, we'll offer you this for your Batman, and we'll sell you this, but you don't like that style of dealer, or is it that dealer in particular?
It's not the style of dealer. I don't have a problem with secondary market dealers. They've got businesses to run, and some of them are very reputable, and I wouldn't have a problem buying from them. But that one in particular, you're not a fan of. Got it. No. All right, so listen though, it's 2022. You got your dress watch from Patek Philippe, and you got your one and done, and it's been happiness and bliss ever since. Hopefully. Exactly. That was me clapped out for 2022. That was an expensive year. But, the first Patek Philippe, as you and Buckley will know, that's very special. It's a big step up from Rolex. And I'm not just talking about price. The quality, the experience.
It's the prestige. It's the prestige. Yeah. It's the image that, you get into the old money club when you're wearing Patek Philippe. It's just conservative. It's more mature. It's sophisticated. It just gives off a totally different vibe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, did you continue getting watches like other Rolexes or other timepieces of different brands? In the meantime, like post 2022, or were you like, oh shit, like the market is falling. Luckily, I got all these great pieces. I'm done for now, or no? So
it was a few months after several months after I got the 6119. As I said, I was not in the position to buy anything else. Because
for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons, yeah. But no, I wasn't. The fact that the hype was sort of starting to die down wasn't a problem. In fact, it was a good thing, because obviously availability increased a little bit towards the end of that year, and then 2023. So there was some other stuff that I bought. Please don't kill me. I bought a Tudor.
Oh. That's okay. You're allowed. You're allowed. What model?
So the Harrods do a limited edition.
the Harrods Black Bay 58. Yeah,
it's a Black Bay, not a 58. I think it's still in production. At the time you could only get it from Harrods, but about a year ago, I think they started shipping them. You can just get them off the website.
Yep.
Maybe that watch has been overproduced now. They've done over 10,000, made over 10,000 of them. But that's yeah, I got that. There were a couple more Rolex the next year.
Jeez. Buckley, this guy's a problem. Big problem.
Yeah, he's sick. He's sick. It's all right.
I've got the disease. So there was the Palm Motif Datejust.
Yeah, real quick on the Harrods, you bought it on the steel bracelet?
Yeah, so that watch comes on, let me remind myself, steel bracelet, and I think it was a black NATO strap, or it might have been a green. But you get both the bracelet and the strap, as part of the purchase. Like a standard. So yeah, I wore it on the bracelet mainly.
Got it. Just to remind everybody, this is the Tudor Black Bay Harrods edition. It's got the Harrods color, which is kind of like a olive greenish. Is that best way to describe it?
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Harrods green.
Harrods green. It's very popular. And
Yeah.
Harrods is the famed UK retailer, giant store. It's like a big tourist attraction, so the staple retailer in the heart of London there. Yeah, so you got that. It's a good piece. And do you wear it, or has this relegated itself to like the secondary box where where it's collecting dust and you've never seen it ever again?
No, it's not collecting dust. I wore it more at the time that I bought it, but as tastes have evolved, as new things have come in, it doesn't get worn as much as it did in the past.
Yeah, it's still good. I mean, I'm not gonna poo-poo this watch. It's okay. It's okay that you bought it. But now today you wouldn't you wouldn't make this purchase, correct?
I wouldn't buy. Would I buy this watch today? Probably not. No.
Exactly.
This is the previous generation of a black base. It's quite thick. Tudors are in general a little, much thicker than Rolex.
Correct.
Yeah, that's a killer.
Yeah.
All right. So then you mentioned another watch after this that you bought.
So there were two Rolex the following year. This is
Oh,
2023.
Fucking A.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking A. Shit. Buckley. Problem here.
2023.
I'm feeling bad. If you guys are telling me off, then I got a real problem.
Jeez.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. We're doing Monday morning, what they call Monday morning quarterbacking. So we're looking back in retrospect to say what we would do today based on, But we weren't back then. It was the right thing to do. But so two more Rolex. Okay,
Let me guess.
hit it.
I'm gonna
Okay,
guess.
let Buckley get. Buckley's good at this. Buckley's good at guessing.
I know he is.
One of them, I have a feeling, is a GMT.
Nope.
Okay, I got no more guesses.
So 36mm Datejust with the palm motif dial. I believe Boston.
A third Datejust. A third Datejust.
Yeah, 36 though. 36 with the palm dial, which wasn't available on the 41.
Palm Franz. Yeah. Palm Franz 36.
Actually, so Boston had one of these, yeah.
Diego had one. Boston had one. Somebody else too. I forgot who the other person was.
Yeah. If you have a Palm Franz Datejust, or if you ever had one in the chat, just type your name. Diego M says, I miss my Palm Franz. By the way, we also have PG in the chat. What's up, PG? Got Tobister McDonkey. Enrique Pena is also in the chat. What's up, guys? 84 people watching right now on Patek Friday. Upvote the live stream. We're going through Gasman's kind of collecting journey. And Kevin Moore is also on the panel. I'm joined by Buckley as well. Got Peruka in the chat. What's up, Peruka?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So another Datejust. This one a 36 Palm Franz. And the next watch is, by the way, do you have the Palm Franz there? Do you still have it?
No, I don't have it on me. So I don't, because of the scale of my addiction, I can't keep all my
you got
all of them with me.
We'll be doing a consolidation show with you next week. We'll go through your collection and we'll very cold and callously identify watches for you to get rid of, because that's just what we do. But no, keep going. Yeah, another
So,
Rolex.
Yeah, Submariner dates. So this is fairly standard.
Submariner date with just the simple black one, or did you get one with
Yeah,
the
the
green
black
bezel?
one. Yeah, black one, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's classic.
Classic. Yeah, yeah.
So,
And
yeah, but you already had the
so-
Explorer, so now you have a couple of sports pieces. You got the Oysterflex Daytona. You've got 3 Datejusts.
yeah,
3 Datejusts. All right, and then at that point you said, "Listen, I've done enough. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. It's ridiculous. I don't need anything else." And you have an amazing collection, and that's a great end to the story, I think.
yeah. Mrs. Gasman, obviously, she's been understanding, but she, things have got to end somewhere.
Mr. G says this guy's on fire. He can be a Rolex dealer.
No, Mr. G, Mr. G's a legend of. He's a legend. You can't tell me that I'm on fire.
Yeah, he's got 5 Daytonas or something stupid.
It was him who got one last week, wasn't it? The Panda.
Yeah, he got the new Panda a couple weeks ago.
Crazy rich Asians.
He's crazy. He's rich and Asian of legal age. Okay. Yeah. All right. So at this point, we're 2022 is over, or is this
2023?
Yeah. We're into 23 now. We're into 23.
Gee. Okay, we still have one more year to go. I hope nothing happened. I hope you had a year of where you were the well dried up and the 80s offered you nothing. Maybe.
So I had asked for something from the my Patek AD.
Oh shit!
Oh boy!
Again.
And the problem is when they call, it requires a lot of planning.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they offer you, it's as I said,
everything's expensive there. I mean, you see a watch you like, 70 grand. You see another watch you like, 100 grand. It's ridiculous. But yeah, so you already had what you thought was going to be a one and done dress watch, the Calatrava 6119, absolutely gorgeous. Let me see here, this one. And then, but you caught the bug and you went in and you requested something else.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your thought process around that? Why did you want something else? What kind of style were you thinking? What, just walk us through what happened.
Yeah, so I wanted something a bit more, maybe a bit more modern than the 6119. Maybe a little bit, not complicated, but with a complication.
Sure.
And maybe not precious metal.
Okay, so steel watch. It's probably still in the complication or the Calatrava line. What do they make that's steel?
Weekly calendar.
The 5212 weekly calendar is an option. That was very popular in 2022, 2023. People were getting that as their first or second watch, and it's absolutely stunning. And a lot of people got it for sure. That would be an excellent choice.
Yeah, in the UK, certainly, I think everything else being equal, it's not a first. It wasn't a first watch at the time.
No,
it was very popular, very in demand, and because it's steel, it's not accessible, but it's a bit more accessible than some of the precious metal stuff.
Yeah,
right.
But yeah, that's the one.
Oh, yep. that is the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I like the strap too.
Hold on a second here. We got it live in the flesh.
So that's the strap from the whatever that dial is. Forgot the dial's name.
Asphalt dial. Yeah, you're good, Buckley. So this is on the 5226 and 5236. No, 5326.
Holy shit!
Yep.
And this is a deployant So unfortunately, this watch only comes the standard. It comes with the prong buckle, but this is the steel deployant of the 5935, which had come
And
out
you
about a year
and
before.
you requested that at some point later, or you knew from the very start you wanted that deployant with the watch.
So I knew from the start I wanted this deployant, but I bought it after I got the watch.
Ooh, that looks
Wow,
amazing.
that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Can you put it
Thank you.
closer? Wow, that's beautiful.
Shit.
Hmm.
I
Patek
gotta
Philippe, man.
people make fun of the AD games, they make fun of the AD journey, but so far he got the two incredible watches that he requested. You know, it's not about, he didn't have to buy garbage. He didn't have to buy stuff that he didn't
You know
want.
what,
He
OC?
bought stuff.
If
Yeah.
you've been keeping track, there have been more people buying Patek Philippe and getting on that journey than any other brand.
Yeah.
We unbox. I mean, how many is Alex unboxed now? 2 or 3 of them? You got one, right? He's gotten 2. You've got
Yeah.
one. I got one. G
I
had
think
one
a lot.
second.
You'll be surprised to hear this, or maybe you won't. But Buckley, a lot of it has to do with you.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No,
I think a lot of it has to do with you, of all people.
No,
buying
he
a
had
Patek.
these watches before me.
I think still a lot of people like Alex, a lot of people who are getting on the journey over the, they see what happened with you last year and they're like, you know what? I should have a Patek too. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think people are looking at what is it? We have 4 possible journeys: Patek, AP, RM, FP Journe. If you're not in a city with FP Journe, scratch that off your list. If you're not making millions of dollars a year, forget about RM. So then you're left with AP and Patek, and AP is not in a good place. Right? It's just not in a good place. So.
Yeah, AP's kind of on a slightly downward trajectory in terms of not collectability. It's more of just like prestige and reputation. Just slightly off. Not off a cliff, but just like not as high as they were. Andy Lewis says, stop bringing unjaded collectors here. I'm getting the itch to buy again. Andy Lewis is a Patek foodie.
He's got like 3 or 4 of them.
He's got 3, I believe. Yeah, and the latest was the two-tone Cubitus, which is impossible to get. Impossible to get those kind of watches. Sports watch.
I have a question for Gasman.
Shoot.
So after you had the initial Patek, and you were looking to buy another, did you consider something like a Roman Gautier or Maurice Grossman or even a Vacheron of any sort, or were you just absolutely testing another Patek? And if so, why or why not?
So firstly, those other brands are not on the approved list. They're only
yeah, I love that. What a great answer.
Why for approved list?
No, OC's approved list.
Oh, okay, okay.
Very funny joke. Very funny joke. I bet that.
No, to be honest, yeah. I think the thing like Moritz Grossman and Roman Gautier and independents like that, that's maybe for some time in the future,
or never.
Or never. The thing is, Moritz Grossman, the movement finishing is exceptional, but there's the thing about Patek is there is so much in that catalog. The breadth of their catalog, I think, is no one else can match that. So if you feel like it's the brand for you, it's going to take such a long time for someone to get what they want and be, finish that Patek experience, that I think it'll be a long time, certainly for me, before I'd move on to other brands like the ones you mentioned.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
So yeah, this is awesome. So you got the 5226 or whatever it's called strap, and put it
Yeah.
on. Put it on. I almost feel like looking at their website doesn't do it justice, because this strap doesn't look as good as the one that you have at all.
Yeah, so that one which comes as standard is I think the reason they did that is because obviously it's they're going for a bit more of a youthful audience with that watch. It's been out for a long time. It's 2019 that came out, when a lot of their watches, most of the dress watches certainly came on alligator straps. So that was relatively unusual for them to do it on calf skin, and it is more modern, but it's not really to my taste. I've got it, and I've worn the watch on that strap, but I wanted to deploy it, and I thought, let's go for something a bit more casual, suede.
Can you mind sharing one more time? Like, turn your camera on, like point your laptop down or whatever it is, and let's see it again, because I think what you've done really makes the watch look incredible. Is that a suede feeling strap on the outside?
They call it a nubuck, but yeah, it's like a calf suede. Yeah.
Yep.
So that light stitching, that contrast, you can't. I don't know how well you can see it, but that contrast stitching should
it's
hopefully.
White. It's a white contrast stitching.
Yeah, like a whitey creamish color.
Do me a favor, flip it upside down. Turn it. There you go. I think that is amazing. I mean, I've always liked this watch, but I don't think I've liked it any more than I like it right now.
That strap is really, really. It's a great color. It got a.
You may be selling. There are people calling their Patek SAs and texting them right now saying, put me on the list for the 5212, the 5212, as we speak. Guarantee you, these images right here are moving needles.
Yep.
And Buckley, you love white dials. This is an awesome white dial.
I love watches that are just in lighter tones in general. I like silver, white. I like champagne on occasion. Off-white, beige. Obviously, I want the beige OP. I keep getting made fun of for that. But yeah, that's a great looking watch. Pretty much everything. If you go to Patek and you put it on the wrist, almost everything looks good. Almost everything, unless you have a size problem, that's different. But their images on their website are shit. I think everyone knows that. And even this image he's showing on screen, you're not getting the same thing you get in person.
Yeah. You're wearing your Explorer 36 still on the wrist. Is there any way? Do you mind taking it off and putting the the Patek on? Yeah, I'd love to see that on the wrist.
No problem.
Two bangers. I mean, this guy has a whole box full of Rolex.
Yeah.
And now he has a 6119 and a 5212. The same path that wristwatchholic's on. The exact same, right?
The 5212, a lot of people buy it. It has a following, that's for sure. Yeah. And so does that Slate 6119. Both are very common watches.
Yeah. Patek Chris says, should I get a 5212? I don't know. You can jump on in a future show. We'll go through your whole collection and we will give you the best advice we could possibly give you. We don't want to, holy shit.
Yeah, it looks good.
You imagine that on the weekend, walking on the beach.
It's gorgeous.
With a white linen shirt in Nantucket.
I'm about to put my tan strap on. I'm very close to throwing my tan strap on because of this shit.
Wow.
I've never seen this watch look this good. This is the way it should be. The dark that brown doesn't really work now that I see this. This is awesome.
Agree 100%.
Fuck. This is a good watch. The thing with Patek is there are so many things in there that you overlook, and then when you really look at them, you go, damn, that's nice. This is the Calatrava indices. The Calatrava faceted indices with the double baton at 12. Absolutely gorgeous. The date doesn't ruin the watch. I mean, for balance, it could not be there, but it actually is very unintrusive. It's just right there. And you got the week of the year. which is a unique complication. It's not just time only or time date. You got something special there.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. He did it. He did it. And he got two watches he loved, and Journey done. I mean, and he didn't buy watches he doesn't like. He bought watches that he wanted.
One thing I must say, to be fair to my Patek AD, is that they've never offered me a watch that I haven't asked for, or suggested I buy something that I don't want or haven't asked for.
Gotcha. So you didn't request the 5212 and they tried to push you onto an AutoZone or anything like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
All right. Good story. It's Patek Friday. We're celebrating Patek. We're appreciating Patek. And listen, there's different different collecting philosophies, different strategies. Sometimes, you go to the AD and you go that route. Sometimes you go secondary. There's no right or wrong, but Gasman's here talking about his path, his journey, and it seems to be working for him. So there we go. So what year did you pick that up? The 5212.
That was 2023. So the year
Jeez.
after the
Nice.
after the 6119. Yeah.
Got it. So what's have you thought about something even more complicated than that, or do you like that simplified dress watch line for Patek?
Yeah, I was very very happy with that watch, and still am. I think it's probably it's definitely amongst the favorites in my collection. The thing about the more complicated Pateks, as you know, is that the price can increase very, very rapidly.
Yeah.
And going from go on.
No, I was just say, I mean, you're already 60,000, 70,000, 60,000 pounds in or more, right?
Yeah.
With Patek, and you have two amazing watches. Like, to keep buying and buying, it's like it's not feasible. Like, you got your two watches, you're fine. Will there be other pieces that you look at down the line? Sure. I mean, but there's no rush to go crazy. And plus, it's impossible to get, just to get two watches from them is hard enough, right? There are lots of people who want these watches. So just to say, oh well, they're easy to, a 5212 sells for 3,000 less than secondary, therefore it's easy to get from the AD. Good luck with that strategy. Let's see you try it. Let's see you go into a Patek salon and get interviewed and have them determine that you're the right customer. This guy's a doctor. I mean, so he has a much better chance of having a lifetime customer journey that makes sense for Patek to select him. So it's not easy. It's half luck and half, you got to show your love for the brand. Good stuff. Have you bought any Rolexes or anything else, since then?
Yeah, I bought a two-tone root beer. So Buckley was right.
Shit.
GMT did come.
Oh, okay.
Everybody gets GMT at some point.
That Rolex collection is up to about 8, by the way, if you're keeping track. Something like that.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, my Rolex AD doesn't sell Patek, and the Patek AD doesn't sell Rolex, which is a bit of a shame because if they were all bought from one place, then they'd be happier with me, as we talked about earlier. But anyway,
very good. Amazing.
Things were going well.
Now I'm out. Now I got my Patek out. I'm playing with the straps. This fucking
now he's going to lose some spring bars.
Yeah, now I get the screwdriver out, and now we're about to make a mistake.
Buckley, did you do an unboxing? Sorry, did you do an unboxing of your 5396 on the channel?
Yeah, that was actually, that might be a year ago, literally today. Hold on.
Okay, I haven't seen it, and I'm looking for it.
It might be on Diego's. It might be on Diego's channel. I don't know. It's not on OC's. I don't think OC had a channel at that point.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I don't think it had a
Probably
channel. Could have been
Colony.
either the Colony or Diego's channel, probably.
Let me just see something. When did I'm actually curious when I bought it. I have to go back and look. Oh,
I gotta say, Gasman has the best 5212 with the best strap that I've seen. Really looks good. Congrats, man.
have you ever put that strap on your 6119?
No, I haven't. I believe it would fit, but I believe the lug width is different. So I think it's 20 millimeters on the. It is 20 millimeters on the 5212, and I think it's 21 millimeters on the 6119. I think.
Gotcha.
No, I haven't tried that.
The 6119 is gold though, and you would have a steel buckle. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's a different metal.
Yeah, but you could put that deployant on the strap.
Yes, you could. Yeah. You could change it. Well, no. So the 6119 as standard comes on a prong buckle. So the
Okay.
strap length is different, as you'll know, for Patek prong buckle straps compared to deployant straps.
Yeah, I don't want. I've had nothing but trouble when it comes to Patek straps. So
You must be a lot. Are you large?
not really. I'm slightly larger than the regular size, and I'm slightly smaller than the large.
Yeah.
So all my straps at this point are the straps I use are all Jean Rousseau because I can't.
Yeah.
The straps just don't fit. They're uncomfortable. And then with the deployant buckle, you know how it has that little curve shit going on?
Yes.
It doesn't sit right if it's on a Patek strap, so the fucking watch will fall to the side of my wrist. It's been nothing but a disaster with their straps. I think I'm actually going to put them on eBay and sell them.
So I hear you about their deployant design isn't good, but as you'll know, this year at Watches and Wonders they've released a new
deployant.
Correct. Yes, it's on that. It's on a lot of the new dress watch releases this year on the perpetual calendar with the skeletonized, with the see-through crystal. It's on the 5370R. I haven't seen it in person, but I'll go and have a look at it because it seems much better designed, and I think it will sit better on the flat underside of your wrist. I know what you're talking about. I've got the same problem.
Yeah, and to be fair, on the Jean Rousseau straps, it's much better, because they just measure it out and they're leather and softer, so it's fine. I have no issue. But on the Patek straps, they're just stiff and they're padded, and the leather's not as good on some of them, and the sizing is off. It's just my issue is if I actually did a Patek journey where I had to buy a bunch of dress watches, I would have to order the strap before I get the watch. I'd have to tell them because it takes them 6 months, which is ridiculous. It takes them 6 months to get a strap in. That's absurd. Or just take the strap and go have it made custom because I can't do their straps. They suck.
How long did the Jean Rousseau straps take to be made?
Between 3 and 5 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nope. Very fast.
Yeah.
The downside with them, I mean, you're in London or you're in the UK, but if you're in the New York area, the downside with them is they don't really offer any sort of guidance whatsoever. And they don't offer anything in suede, which I think is kind of weird. Yeah, a little bit strange. But, I walked in there with my watch originally and I was like, it's a rose gold Patek with a white dial. You guys have only seen 1 million of them, probably. Show me some colors, right, that you think would look great with it. And they look at me like deer in the headlights. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Can you show me some colors, please? Like, what do you like? So you're going to tell me if I like pink, we should do it? Yeah. I don't want you to do that. I want you to say, no, that's stupid. Finally, there's a guy there that he has like a crazy goatee. Oh, so you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
he stepped in the conversation one day and was like, no, do this. And that's the current strap I have, which looks good. Unless you're Diego. Diego think it looks terrible, but whatever.
What color is it?
It's navy. I'll show you. So it's the same exact color as the moon phase.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Is that a matte alligator finish?
It's not matte, but it's also not gloss.
Okay, not gloss. Yeah.
But I think I'm going to put on my Go Fuck Yourself strap in a few minutes, which everybody hates, but that's exactly why I'll put it on.
It's Patek Fridays, guys.
Guess, man, you probably don't know what my Go Fuck Your strap is, so I'll show you.
Yeah. Tiffany, is that meant to be a Tiffany bluish?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like a Tiffany color.
Yeah.
Austin Collector talked me into it, and it's the most hated strap in the community, but that's exactly why I got it.
So are the Jean Rousseau straps the alligator on both sides?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if you look, that's another thing, dude. The strap, what did I do with those straps? Hold on. If you examine them, it's like, I don't know what Patek is doing. Well, it's not Patek, it's Camille Fournet.
Yeah, that's the supplier, yeah.
But like this is one of their straps. I don't know, right? They charge, if this is a Patek strap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the inside.
Right.
They charge $650 for this. Jean Rousseau, right? Alligator on the inside, $400.
Patek tax.
Yeah, so that you can have this.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mr. Stern can run his private yacht.
Well, I was watching an interview recently. I mean, really struggled to get through it on Hank Edelman.
Yeah, John Reardon this week. Yeah.
Yeah,
Really,
that's a good interview, right?
it's hard. It's really hard to get through because the guy, the guy Hank is a New York guy, and you could tell like he doesn't bullshit around, and he's a pretty intelligent guy, and he's accomplished a lot. But John Reardon's kind of kissing his ass a little bit, and you could tell kind of like get to the point.
But John Reardon worked there while he was running the company, so
yeah, he's kind of like get to the point. It's a weird, but the interview it's kind of boring. A lot of it has to do with New York history, and none of it's really applicable anymore.
But I love the fact that he started off as a courier, as a messenger boy, and became president of the company.
Yeah.
That's the way it happened. Old school. Like, hey, you worked your way up. Messenger, then a sales guy. They travel the country selling Patek to the retailers, right? Forcing them to buy these hard to sell watches, and then becoming the marketing guy, and then up to president. That's what it's all about. Anyway,
dude.
Anything have you ever thought about a third Patek, Gasman?
I've thought about a third Patek. Yes, I did.
You thought, meaning you're thinking about it, or you thought about it?
Yossi, come on. I thought about it, and I was contacted about it.
Oh shit!
And no. Well, yeah, it was shit because I didn't have the money. The next one was it was a complications piece, but it was not in steel. So yes, obviously it was a fair bit more expensive. But as I said, my
so you had to turn you had to turn it down. What model was it?
I mean, I'm the AD knows what my job is. And doctors aren't paid what they are in the States, guys. In the UK, we're not paid what you guys are in the States. Right. It's a good salary, but it's not millions. And I just said, look, I like the watch. I'd like to buy it, but I don't have the money. And they said, that's fine. We'll offer it to someone else. and when the next one comes in, we'll let you know. So they did, and I got it in late 2023.
You got it.
Yeah.
Late. Do you have it? Do you have it handy?
I do have it. Yeah.
Oh my God, this guy's nuts. 3 Pateks. Complicated.
Complicated,
Good
but
journey.
not that complicated.
So, and
Do you want to? Yeah. Anyone want to guess?
um,
I'm gonna say it's. Hold on a second. Let me pull up the collection here.
I say 5170.
I think that's 5205G, blue on blue.
5205G would be a great choice. You got the regulator. We got 5205 rose gold. 5905R is in there. The 5172. Geez, these are all expensive. These are crazy expensive watches.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I actually hope you didn't get anything. Geez.
You know, in some ways, when they call, it's nice, or when they contact you, it's nice. But it's also like OC said earlier, it's
a disaster. It's a financial disaster.
Yeah.
I'm. This is another one where I'm actually scared to ask. You already kind of revealed that you got it, so we're kind of stuck on the hook with you.
Yeah.
What is
Let me
it?
show you.
5205G. Let's see.
No, it is white metal in the blue dial, but it's
Oh,
this.
Oh shit!
A watch OC knows.
5230 platinum.
P for platinum. There's the diamond.
Fuck.
damn.
This is an incredible watch.
Damn.
Holy shit.
L. Angeles. Where's L. Angeles?
L. Angeles.
L.
Holy
Angeles.
shit. This was one of my dream watches.
So you've got to tell me the story. I've heard you mention that you had the opportunity to buy this in London.
I did. I was at BQ Watches in London. I had my eye on this watch for a long time because Patek Philippe makes the most beautiful world times, and even with L. Angeles, you can't deny that this modern world time. Listen, the 5130 with the crown guards. It's old.
Yeah.
It's ugly design.
Yeah.
Awful. Yeah, and I can't imagine why anybody would compromise and settle for that. But I was at BQ. I had my eye on this watch for a while. BQ Watches had one in stock. It was in mint condition. It was on consignment. Keep your camera on if you don't mind. That's just I'll make you
I'll
work.
just put it on the wrist. I'll put it on the wrist.
Okay, put it on the wrist. And they had one there for 60,000 US, and it was on consignment. And I pretty much told Spencer, it's like, listen, my budget's 50,000. You know, and he's like, no, like I can't go that low. I'm like, listen. I said, listen, what better sense of satisfaction could you get than selling me a watch and knowing that every time I put it on the wrist and showed it on a live stream, that people would know that I got it from BQ Watches? I mean, come on, if that's worth its weight in gold, you know. Like for him, he should have been thinking more strategically about that. But the consignor really didn't want to give it up for that price. So I ended up passing it. I left London without it. Red Shovel was there with me, and he was there while I was trying it on, and it looked amazing, and it looks better on you than I think it looked on me. This is an incredible watch. This is platinum, fuckers. Guys, this is a world time in platinum from Patek Philippe.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This one's discontinued. They don't even offer this one anymore.
Yeah. They only made it for, I don't know, 2-3 years. It wasn't around for that long.
Yep.
And now the new world time's got a date on it, which I don't think is as nice.
Yep,
as
the new world time is beautiful. 5330 with the pointer date. It's beautiful.
Correct.
It's more of the gray blue, and this is the navy blue. Really midnight blue. It's really an incredible color for men. It's gorgeous. It has that beautiful pattern, the guilloche pattern in the middle. Everything I like the syringe hands. Everything about this watch is fantastic. Yeah. Fuck.
I'm rolling in 23.
Look at this. He's showing off.
Because everyone uses a world time, don't they, OC?
No one uses it, but it's fun to watch.
No daylight saving.
Shit. What a three-piece. What a fucking three-piece this guy has.
There might be a fourth.
Well, no, this was by far the most I ever spent on a watch. And as I said, the first time they offered it, I didn't have the money.
This is
And,
this is a very expensive watch at retail.
Yeah.
Huge shout out, by the way, to Muhammad Ali, member for 6 months in the chat. I booked my next appointment at the Patek Salon for early June. He did it today. I've been talking to them since June of last year. Let's see whether this journey ends. It's not going to end, Muhammad. It's just going to start for you. It's going to start for all of us.
I think Muhammad's in the UK, isn't he?
He is. He is in London.
Yeah. I mean, so I can tell you, I don't buy from the salon. The thing with the salon, obviously, is that they've got the best inventory because the salon's owned by Patek themselves. But the competition there is mental.
Shit. What a great three-piece. This is a perfect addition. It's nothing like the 5212 or the 6119 Calatrava. It's fucking awesome.
Well-rounded. Very well-rounded.
Well-rounded collection.
I have
platinum. You've got steel and you've got gold.
Yeah.
I have to assume
metals. Yeah, all done.
You're in talks for a Nautilus, I would think.
No, so I will. Since you bring it up, so I never asked my retailer for a sports piece. They, as I said, with me, they've always been very reasonable. They've not offered me stuff that I don't want. And, when I didn't have the money for this, they said, that's fine, we'll offer you the next one. But they've also been very, they volunteered to tell me their criteria for Nautilus and Aquanaut. And I don't qualify, and
wow.
And will not qualify for the foreseeable future. The barrier to entry is extremely high.
Staggering.
Yeah. Like I don't want to say it's a number, and I don't want to say the number, but it's massive. And they, I can understand it because they've got to be careful with who they sell to.
Yeah.
Patek have had a massive cull in AD numbers across the world. I think in the States as well. You're down to what? You've got 38 in the
United States.
Yeah, which is not very many. I think Hank Edelman said on his interview, isn't it, this week, that they were over 100 at one point.
Yes, they were over 100 at one point, down to 38.
Yeah. So that's a massive reduction in doors, and the ADs know that. A lot of people want these watches not to wear or to keep.
Yeah, it's tough.
So yeah, exactly. They've got to be careful. Yeah. And
that's the bitter pill that a lot of people say. Like, listen, now I understand it doesn't make sense to do the journey because these Nautiluses, which there's almost zero Nautiluses left in the lineup anyway. It's impossible to get one, so why even bother? But you bought the watches that you wanted.
Yeah.
You have the direct relationship with the AD. Who knows what could happen in the future? You're relatively young guy with a career, and you'll have a lot of disposable income in the future, and you never know what the future may bring. So you've got 3 incredible watches. So I say you still won.
Yeah, I think you're right. Listen, if you're someone who wants 5711, 5811, or an Aquanaut, and that's all you want, then what I've done is not the path to take, because I bought watches I want and I wear, and I'm happy with that. But if you only want a watch like the ones I mentioned, then the days of walking in and getting a steel sports Patek or even a precious metal one are long gone. Like it's not going to happen anytime soon. And I think if you're in that situation, then get it on the secondary market and get the watch, today, tomorrow, and you're done.
Listen,
But
these guys still treated you very well, and
yeah, they treated me very well. That I so that year 2022, 23, I can't remember. They invited me and my wife to a little like a getaway dinner type thing. Put us up in a fancy hotel. The
wow,
collection was there on display. It was really really nice.
this was the
Experience.
retailer or Patek?
The retailer. So
Okay, got it.
again, I don't know how things work in the States, but in the UK, I think we've got 27 Patek doors at the moment now, and the UK Patek distributor expects the ADs to put on events like this.
But it was a Patek only event.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Patek only for Patek clients of this AD only.
Wow.
And it was great. So they
Nice.
these things are expensive, but they look after you and they try to make you feel special.
Wow.
Good deal. Yeah, that's awesome.
I have to
And
know.
then-
I have to know.
Yeah.
What is the Nautilus criteria?
It's a large spend history, Buckley, a very large one. I've heard numbers. Obviously, and I know that all ADs have their own system.
Yeah.
And if you know someone, maybe there are shortcuts.
Yeah.
But at my AD, there's a number.
It's a big number. Yeah.
It's a very big number, and if you haven't hit that number, then they're not.
You don't even qualify. You don't even qualify.
Yeah. And the thing is that they'll tell you it's not going to happen, which I think is, at least it's more honest than them stringing you along.
Yep.
Okay, so it's an AD thing. It's not necessarily a Patek thing. It's an AD thing.
Oh no! It's an AD thing. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think Patek would say. Sorry,
just real quick. Thanks to Kevin Moore for jumping on and sharing his story and his collection with us. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, have you gotten any other swag or anything? I mean, that's just to be invited to a dinner is pretty damn sweet.
Yeah, and the dinner, it's a bit of an eye opener, because you see the other client. I don't know any of the other Patek clients, so I didn't before I went to this dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting next to this crazy rich Asian who's clearly younger than me, and he's wearing a platinum celestial. Well, no, yeah, not Zach. Zach Attack probably bought the castle we were staying in, or the hotel. But this guy's wearing a platinum celestial, which is, it's house money.
Right.
So, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So listen. Yeah. But over the past year, you've seen like the controversy around the Cubitus. Like, first of all, the Cubitus, we all thought that the Cubitus name was made up, and then they launched the thing and they're doing events. So like, has any of that deterred you from away from the brand, or have you thought like, what, fuck these guys, they fucked up, or they're headed in the wrong direction, or anything like that?
I think it was a controversial release. Obviously, the leak was disappointing when it came out in that, in the Forbes magazine.
Yeah.
And then the advertised size of the first 3 watches they released last year.
Big. Yeah.
It's 45 millimeters for Patek for a non-ultra complicated watch. It seems massive, but square watches or shaped watches wear differently to round watches.
Got it.
And it's not as big in person as I think it seems, but I think a lot of people were already put off by the fact that 45 millimeter Patek sounds unwearable. Yeah.
So you bought these 3 pieces, for the first time, like the word Nautilus comes out of your mouth, and they're like, "Hey,
no, it came out of Buckley's mouth, not mine."
Oh, you never mentioned this you never mentioned Nautilus to the AD?
No.
Oh,
They had volunteered to me.
Oh, they volunteered.
Yeah. So before I bought the Calatrava, the first one, they said, "This is our criteria for Nautilus or Aquanaut," and I said, "That's fine. That's not what I'm interested in."
Oh, okay. Wow. You knew going in that this was, You ain't getting no sports pieces, bro. It's over. And you're like, hey, you know what? I'm fine with that. I love the brand. I'll buy, you got the 6119, you got the stainless steel 5212, you got the platinum world time, and everything's all hunky dory. That's good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. And then that's where the journey has ended, presumably, and there's no better way to celebrate Patek Friday than that kind of story. At least you know where you stand. And listen, you never know what could happen in the future. Anything can happen, and whatever. But should be. Are there any Rolexes on your that you're requesting, or are you kind of done with Rolex for now?
I have.
Or you don't want to say? You have stuff on request.
I've got stuff on request, but I'm waiting. My my Rolex AD is very competitive. So I'm just waiting.
Okay.
Shamba Basha, I wish I married into money.
Yeah. He's a working guy. He's a medical professional, anesthesiologist. He revealed earlier in the show. I'm not doxing the guy. Gasman. He pretty much gave it's only guest in the chat. All right. Maybe you come to Watches and Wonders, next time in Geneva, or next time we do something in London, or we're doing something in Dubai. Come to Dubai Watch Week. Love to meet you in person.
Yeah, there's a bunch of you going to Dubai, isn't it, this year?
Yeah, be fun. Get your AD to send you or something like that.
To fly me out.
Any other interesting events, or just get invited to a dinner is pretty damn good. I don't get invited to the fucking holiday party.
I heard you weren't very happy with that.
Whatever.
I can't even get invited to the holiday party.
I can't even get invited to the holiday party. And it's not like it's a dinner or anything. It's like you show up and it's free. I can't even get invited to the free holiday party.
Crackers, cheese, and fucking champagne.
There's no DJ. There's a DJ there, but anyway, I bumped into PK for the first time. The first time I went to the party, I crashed it. They always say, like, OC, you're not invited, but you can crash it. It's okay. What kind of feeling is that? I want to get the email. Anyway. All right.
So yeah, there was an event earlier this year.
What was that?
So you guys had a launch party for the Cubitus in Miami.
Yeah, not we guys. The people in Miami. Yeah, I wasn't invited, but sure. Yeah.
But was it a US wide invite, as in all the retailers?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it was just.
Only
I think it was
Miami.
just. I don't know for sure. I know there were people from Miami that went. They were invited by the ADs down there. I think several ADs were allowed to pick people to be invited, but I don't think it was a nationwide thing. I don't think it was. Just Miami. That was like a launch party for the with Marshmallow, the the DJ.
I got so pissed about that. I don't know why.
Yeah. It seemed a bit unpatek.
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing.
So yeah, sorry. Go on. You go ahead.
No, go ahead.
So we had a launch party as well. Ours was in February, and I was invited by my Patek AD. They took about I don't know, maybe 12 to 20 of us, and they decided to take only men. A lot of their events, as I said, their wives or partners are invited as well. But for this, they said it was men only, and you could tell from the people who were there that they were definitely going after a younger audience. And this was, as I said, was for all of the UK and Northern Ireland. So that's about I think it's 27 ADs, and they're probably about 500-ish people there in London. And it's a bit like I saw from the videos of the Miami party or event. It was very. It's not what you'd expect from a Patek event. You know, it's like loud music. It's not a sit down dinner. They're clearly going after with this new collection, clearly going after a slightly different audience, or a younger audience at least.
Yeah, Russell 996, who's often in our chat, he's a big Patek collector, and he was there.
Yes.
He went to that party. He's the one who has that Ferrari watch, the one with the race car on it. That
the rare handcrafts. Russell is
rare
yeah. I mean, Russell is next level. Next level. He's got a minute repeater.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he'll be getting one of the ultra complicated watches, soonish. Yeah, Russell was. I didn't meet him, but Russell was there. Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. So it was you. There was like a DJ, and there's food and people milling around. Then you got like a big Cubitus sign or whatever everywhere.
Yeah. So Cubitus sign. Everything was square. The plates were square. The napkins were square.
That's nice.
Say again.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Everything was square. It was, as I said, it was very, very.
Did you meet anybody famous? Other than not bumping into Russell 996? You see anybody famous there?
Yes, there was a couple of ex-football players there, or soccer players, you would call. Yeah. They were there as clients of their ADs, and Thierry Stern was there, so he gave a speech. Yeah, Mr. Stern.
Yeah.
And fair play to the guy. He stayed for the entire event, several hours. And people just going up, speaking to him, taking photos, and I did as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's an awesome feeling. You're obviously a huge fan of the brand, so to buy 3 Pateks and to be invited to that and get your picture taken with them, that's a very cool thing. I mean, it really I think it just adds to your relationship, but corny word, but the feelings, the emotional feelings that you have for the brand, right? To be able to do that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Look, none of us are gonna meet Jean-Frédéric Dufour of Rolex, or any CEO of the other big companies. No one's gonna meet. You're not gonna meet Richard Mille.
They served cube steak.
Honestly, all the food was cut into squares. They had sandwiches cut into squares. It was all, they were really pushing the square watch.
That's funny. That's funny. So yeah, it's fun to get it. It's fun to get invited to that kind of thing. But you said that you said that they invited a younger kind of audience, like
yeah. So most of the guys from my AD, one of whom I met before, were probably 30s, 40s.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't know whether that had come from Patek, as in they had asked the ADs to invite those sorts of ages. But certainly from my AD, it was a much younger crowd than you might expect.
Got it. Sounds like fun. I'd love to be invited to a party. So did that all right. So is there anything next that you want, or are you done? This
was before Watches and Wonders this year, right? And there wasn't anything else in the collection at the time that I wanted. But our AD said to us, he said to me, at my sales guys at the event, he said, look, the UK Patek Philippe distributor is going to give each AD 1 or 2 extra watches for people who have been to this event. And he said, look, I think his words were, you've got as good a chance as anyone, which is not what I felt when I went to the event, because obviously you get talking with the other customers, and
you see these people with $500,000, $1 million watches on their wrists, and you're like, what?
No, exactly. There was a guy from my AD who had an off-catalog, like fully iced out Nautilus. I think it was a 5980, and you're just like, you kind of think, what is the point? You know,
Right,
what is the point of me carrying on with this? Because these people are playing a different sport.
Andy Lewis says, "Don't push him, OC. He still has to talk about 2025."
Well, Andy's a Patek legend, isn't he? He's the only Cubitus unboxing on the internet.
Yep, that's it. The only person who's unboxed the Cubitus on a live stream, a two-tone Cubitus, but it's awesome. Blue dial. Seen it in person. It's an absolutely stunning watch. I don't know. I mean, I don't think anybody's ever. It's been a long time since anybody unboxed any sports pieces from Patek. I can't even think about it. Buckley, help refresh my recollection. Sports piece. Oh, PK. PK did the blue. Yeah, the blue gray 5164G, I believe. It's the white gold.
Right.
It's a banger of a piece. So he did do that one. Yeah. So, but they're very rare to get a sports piece from Patek.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I asked. So my AD said this to me, and I had a life milestone coming up, and I said, well, I thought to myself, you know, I've got no chance against, you know, the other competition, the other customers at the AD, but he said, you know, try. So I asked for a watch, and a month later, I went to go and visit them, and he said, "You're not getting it."
You're not.
No.
He said, "You're not getting it."
No. They had it on display in the window at the front of the store.
Oh.
And so I made a joke with him. I said, "Oh, I see you got my watch outside," and he said, "No, it's not for you." he said maybe in 10 years.
Oh. Ooh.
And you know, that's
what was the watch?
Well, you know, maybe that's something for you to guess about. You're the master of the guessing, aren't you?
Well, I mean, this was a 2025 release.
No. So it was just before Watches and Wonders. OC was what, beginning of April.
Yes, beginning of April.
Yeah. So the event was February.
The event was February. They said, "Hey, you know, like
steel green Cubitus."
And I said to him in March. I asked him in February, went after the event, and in March he said no.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Same situation.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it at the US? You're after the Blue Aquanaut.
I am, but back in October, I had a dinner similar to you, and they released the Cubitus, and I went in there in November, and we had a nice long talk, and I tried on all three colors because I had them, and I liked the green one, and I was like, I kind of hate that I like this, and they were like, well, you know, it might be possible, and I was like, all right, I don't know if I want to sacrifice the Aquanaut, right, to get this. And then I went back recently, and I was like, how's that Cubitus doing? And they were like, don't ask. It's over.
Yep.
Like it's in Nautilus territory now. And people in our community, because the watch is only 6 months old now, or a little bit older, 7 months, and it got off to a rough start.
Right.
They don't get it, but that watch is gone. It's a hype watch, and you're going to need to buy 4 or 5 watches before they offer you one.
Impossible.
How they told you that?
They told me that 2 weeks ago.
And I said, how did it feel?
I didn't ask for it. I said I liked it and I would buy one, but I didn't say, like, can I do this? I just brought it up again, and they were like, yeah, no.
This is Tiffany.
Yeah.
To
give you the first one that they got went to Jay-Z.
Okay.
And the second one, you know, I don't know if they're on the second batch, third batch. I have no idea. I'd have to assume that they're on the third batch by now. But since these parties have launched, it's an Instagram. It's done. It's gone. It ain't happening.
But Gasman, they also have the Aquanaut, right? I mean, I know like a lot of people don't. I better not say anything bad about it. You never know what you might just surprise us. But I mean, they have other stuff. I think just waiting. I mean, and just waiting for whatever I mean, I guess waiting for the Nautilus a long, long thing. I don't know.
But they had also made it clear that that the Nautilus isn't going to happen.
Yeah,
and
okay.
The only one I really like in the collection is the 5811, which is probably the most popular.
Oh yeah, it's the most. Yeah, because it's 60,000, I think, retail or something like that, but it's worth double or triple, maybe double retail, and it's the only time only or time
but
date.
the thing is, it's slim, isn't it? Because the 5712 is gone, and then the 5726 and the 5980, 5990 they're a bit thicker. They wear a lot thicker.
Yeah.
And I like the three I've got are slim.
Yeah.
And,
listen, but you're the perfect client, because like, hey, I've got 3 dress watches now. I'd love to be able to get my weekend watch, something comfortable on a more sporty, or that's the lines that people use in order to kind of position themselves as, hey, the next one should be something.
Yeah, those are the things that people say. But as I said earlier, the ADs aren't stupid. They're running a business, and they can sell 100 Nautilus for every one they get. And I bought 3 watches and not 20. I'm not saying you need to buy 20 Pateks to get one, but it's probably closer to 20 than 3.
Right.
Yeah.
And but it's not a Patek thing. It's just your AD has people in there that have dropped millions of dollars. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, look, they've sold a Grandmaster Chime. They sold the previous version of the Sky Moon Tourbillon. And as I said, I saw people at both of these events, the Cubitus party and the dinner thing, and you realize that there are levels to this.
There are.
Yeah. So before you go, I would say can we see the 5212 again on the wrist? I don't want you to force you to switch watches on the wrist, but that looks so good. It looks so good. And by the way, you have the 5230 platinum world time too. That is not a slouch at all. But I think most people were blown away by the weekly calendar on that beautiful beige strap.
Yeah. Looks great.
And Buckley, have you been fiddling with your straps?
No, I haven't.
No.
I need good lighting to remove that tiny screw, and I don't have it in here. I might do it tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not really in like a Patek wearing mood right now,
Yep.
Yep, I'll just put on my my Patek.
What?
Oh, fuck.
Holy shit.
Oh, what a holy shit.
Baller move.
You machine, you get it.
Wow, dude, that was fucking legendary what you just did. Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Oh shit. Oh man. What did he that was not planned.
Holy shit, dude.
He got the Cubitus. He got the impossible to get stainless steel Cubitus green dial, the 5821. Hold on. Okay, Buckley, jump in. What your reaction?
Your wrist? What size is your wrist?
6.5 inches.
Okay. So I want everyone who's been complaining about the 45 millimeter size to eat a giant dick, because that looks good. It looks perfectly fine. Fuck off. The color is beautiful. It looks sick.
Eddie Mouse says that's a weird looking 5220. And John D says, boom. I got Peruka in the chat. Yeah, holy shit. How the hell did you get this thing?
Dude.
So the story was, as I said, went to the events. So the AD said it wasn't a couple of extra watches, a couple of extra Cubitus that they would be that each AD would be allocated, and so they said this was before the event, and he said, so if, try on the watches. The watches were there, and he said, if you like something, let us know. So I asked for this. I think, as Buckley hinted, knowing that it's the most popular of the three. And then I went in about a month later, saw it in the window, talked to him about it, and he said, it's not yours, it's going to someone else. And then I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd get a Cubitus or any steel sports Patek this early, and not a Cubitus within 6 or 7 months of launch. But because they had he had teased it a bit. Hello, SE.
Hey, SE, what's up?
Hey, Gasman.
Hey. Because he had teased it, it got my hopes up. And then when he said no, that was disappointing. That was very disappointing. And I did think maybe I'm done. I'm done with Patek. And I got 3 fantastic watches, and I'm very happy. And where are we now? We're in May, and then in April, they messaged again to say, "Look, we're getting 2 this year, and you'll get 1 of them." And then a couple of weeks later, he says, "We've got 1. You can get it whenever you want." And I picked it up the next day.
Shit. That bracelet is everything.
I know, it's the best bit of the watch. It's so thin and it's so comfortable, and the adjustment which they've got on this now, and the new generation of Nautilus is so much better than the old style Nautilus clasp.
Dude, that is, the way you did that was fucking perfect.
So I had to bring it out because you guessed it.
Buckley does it again. Buckley does it again.
He's a machine.
It's not that. It's everyone who shit talks the Cubitus has not tried one or seen one in person. That's what it comes down to. Because when you put it on, even if you get rid of the whole, I'm not going to get a Nautilus because I'm getting this thing, which by the way is false. They want you to have both. They want you to have 1 watch from every collection, just so you know. But if you get rid of that idea, it's obvious that this is what you go with. You got invited to the Cubitus party. So that should tell you that you're in line. But I wasn't lying.
Buckley, the competition is so steep. You're talking about, okay, we might get 1 or 2 extra Cubitus. You're talking about hundreds, maybe even, hundreds and hundreds of VIPs.
Yeah, but he fits the dynamic of what they're looking for, right? They're looking for the next generation, and he's 3 watches in. Every watch he has is from a different collection, right? So it makes sense. He'll have a Nautilus eventually. He'll have an Aquanaut. They want you to have 1 of each. But still, that watch is in the US. It's more than double retail right now. I was told 2 weeks ago, go fuck yourself. That's not happening. No way. So
yes, man. Here's to you.
That looks sick.
So tell us how does it feel?
Yeah, it's very different to the other Pateks I've got. Obviously, none of them are on a metal bracelet, but it's also very different to a Rolex, which is probably the kind of thing that you might compare it to. It's just much slimmer. I think it's about 8 and a bit millimeters.
Yeah,
and
8.2,
the
I believe.
bracelet is extremely comfortable. The adjustment on the clasp, I'll try and show it to you.
Yeah, it has the micro adjustment.
Brilliant. Yeah, it does. So I don't know how easy it's going to be to show you, but you can see on the inside there's that lever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be able to do it in reverse because let me try. Oh, there you go.
Yep.
So you just press the button down, and then you've got a little bit of adjustment there, and you can see there's now that gap between the 2 links.
Yep.
You've got it on both sides.
Still got the stickers on the clasp.
Yeah, I got the blue sticker.
Yeah, I haven't worn it. When I got it, I messaged OC, and I thought I won't wear it properly until I've shown you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's
actually
it's
that's
amazing.
going to be the most that's going to be the most interesting Patek for a long time, and people will only gradually come to realize it.
Oh,
What they
it's
missed.
so good, so good.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so special.
Yeah,
Gasman,
they don't release new collections often, do they?
Gasman SE's been talking about this watch offline. I've been fighting with about 15 people, arguing for
More.
good. No, I mean, but there's a good OC. What would you say? There's a good 15 people that we regularly sword fight about this watch, and I've been alone. And now there's another who arises, Gasman. There'll be more. People don't get it. This is going to be a thing. There'll
Yeah,
be
I
more.
mean, it's going to be. I mean, it's got a 15-year, 20-year roadmap ahead of itself. We're just now looking at it, going, well, it's not. But they said the same thing about Royal Oaks and Nautilus and Ingenieurs and every watch that came out. They said, "Oh, this is weird. This is goofy, or whatever." And my first reaction was that it was definitely polarizing with the wings on the side. It looked very, very wide. I think over time, time has a way of shaping our perception and the context of things. And at the end of the day, it's an elegant, thin Patek Philippe steel sports watch. It's sports chic. It's sports luxury. You don't get better than Patek Philippe, and it checks all the boxes. It's the brand you want. It says it's hype. I mean, definitely hype in a good way, and it does the trick.
And it's recognizable from afar. It's so different than everything else. So,
Yep.
as I said,
And it's not wound. Do you want to wind it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it set 10 to 10 for you guys.
Okay.
And I think it ran for a little bit and now it stopped.
And I think it's far better balanced than the successors for the ladies line.
Yeah, I haven't tried on the 40mm ones yet. I think they're going to be a bit small.
It's not that they're bad. It's just that they're a completely different watch. That's far more masculine. The way it tapers into the watch, in my opinion, is far more beautiful with the reference that you have. And both are great, but for a man that I can actually pull it off, 58-21, in my opinion, is the way to go.
Look at SE being the Patek man, calling it the 5821. He's beyond the Cubitus. It's the 5821.
It is 5821A stainless steel Cubitus. I'd love to see some different dials on this thing.
It's kicking off. It hasn't even been a year yet. Listen, say what you want. It's more than double retail in the US. The F5811 is not.
OC is the man to contact after purchases. So it says Bella Brandy. Much love and respect, OC. Thank you, Bella. Appreciate the comment. Square is it, says Eddie Mao. I mean, Eddie Mao with a $20 super chat. Absolutely killer unboxing. Congratulations. Thank you, OC, for providing this platform. Thank you very much. It's all the great people of the community. It's an honor to have a channel where people know about it and they want to share and celebrate their new purchases and their collections with us. This is awesome. Buckley SE. This is impossible to get.
Yeah,
Clearly, it's possible.
This is impossible to get. This is like like you said, the first one at Tiffany went to Jay-Z. It's like,
oh yeah, no. They told me go fuck yourself. But Gasman's at a much higher level than me and you. He's 3 watches in.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats.
I missed a couple, quite a bit of the stream, but plus I'm taking it. He has a very good relationship. Apart from just the spent history, he has a good relationship to the AD. He likes him, obviously. So there are a couple of factors that actually have to come together in order for you to get that piece, I'm sure. Because at my AD, it's like 3 years from now, everything's allocated already. But I'm not told whether I'm.
So I think part of it is luck. I think the fact that I hadn't and still haven't asked for an Aquanaut or Nautilus, I think that was in my favor. You know, I don't know how many people walk in or speak to their AD, and that's the first thing they ask for is Nautilus or Aquanaut, and you know the ADs must hear this so much. So I think that was in my favor. And they did tell me after, when I got it, I said to them, look, I've met some of your other clients. I'm very fortunate. I understand that I've got 3 fantastic watches, or 4 now from them. But I said, you know, why have you given this to me? And they said they're trying to prioritize people who went to the event. So, you know, I had a great time. As I said, I met Thierry Stern, but I think the fact that I went was that was a big part of it. And you know, a lot of the other clients had got sports watches from Patek, and I hadn't. So I think they're trying to share things out.
Ryan James, $5 super chat. Congratulations, Gasman. Very cool collection across the board.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Peruka being a detractor in the chat. Are you going to sell it?
I'm not going to sell it. I don't. This is not something to sell. This is something to wear and enjoy.
So cynical, Peruka. Come on.
Keep forever.
Exactly. Not going to get another one.
You're part of the. It's like if you have this watch, and you got it from your AD, it kind of says like you're part of a small group that got it in a time when it was far more than what it is today, and it reminds you of that time. And I think it's similar to the extent that it's not going to run forever, the reference that you have, and you're always going to be one of the few that were picked for that watch, and that's far more important. That's even higher than the watch itself, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah.
The timing of getting it, I think, tells a great story. Steven Reisman in the chat says, what does it wear like? Not to put you to work again, but let's see it on the wrist.
It doesn't wear like a 45mm round watch.
No, definitely not.
The lug is definitely very, very short, very compact. It's the width that gives its overall
the ears
diameter. The ears, the wings, the ears. Yep.
I think it's more like a 41.5.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's the biggest watch I've got other than this is Submariner Date, which is 41mm, and honestly, I think this wears smaller than that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
very elegant.
That's a 1/2-inch wrist that you're looking at.
Yeah.
So
due to its thickness, I mean, the only problem with watches is when they're too high. They sit too high on you're bumping into things and so on. It's not elegant at all. And in this case, like, it looks perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not cheap either. These are, I think they're $43,000 now in the United States. They're not cheap. This is one of the most expensive steel watches you can buy. Probably the most expensive. It's crazy.
It's going to be 60 in 5 years if it's still not discontinued. So it's very cheap in comparison to projection.
Muhammad Ali, £5 super chat. Congratulations from Muhammad, a fellow Londoner /UK, residing in the UK there with you. Yeah, this is unbelievable. But for world's first unboxing of a stainless steel Cubitus right here. Lucky to have you part. So you found this channel like I think you saw one of Diego's videos or live streams or something, and then you stumbled upon the colony in here.
Yeah, exactly. Found a video of Diego's just while I was researching something else, and then I think I found a live stream of his, and obviously he had a few of you guys on, and then I found your channel OC and the Watch Colony.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool. What a journey you took us on today. I mean, Jesus, from that Explorer 36 4 or 5 years ago to a 4 Patek collection and 10 Rolexes or what are you guys like? It's unbelievable.
Gasman.
Eddie's asked me for a 40mm watch at the same time, so I'll show you that.
Yeah.
This is the best visual of a 5212 you'll see on a live stream. For sure. That is the best looking strap on that watch that I've ever seen. Guys, you do this. Screen capture this right now. If you are a Patek owner, take your Patek, hold it up to the screen, take a picture, send it to me, and I'll post it on Instagram. Or you can post it on Instagram and tag me. I'll do it myself. Hold on a second. Wow. Do it myself.
The first Cubitus.
Good steal. Andy's got the two-tone.
So next week we do a platinum.
Well, Russell's got the platinum very early.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Russell doesn't do unboxings.
No.
Take a picture of the Patek on your wrist with this in the background, and shoot it to me on Instagram or post it on Instagram. Tag Original OC in your story or your post. This is amazing. This is incredible.
Yeah, awesome.
I want to be respectful of your time. You've been on the show for over 2.5 hours. I really appreciate it. Let's end it right here on this high note, guys. I'll drop the link to a short VIP after show if you want to hop on the panel with. Gasman, you want to stick around for a few minutes and answer questions from the audience in a private setting? Okay, cool. Fine. VIP after show. There's the link. There's only 10 slots. 4 of them are already taken. Thanks you guys for joining. Hit the upvote button, like the live stream, tell your friends. Don't forget to post the picture on Instagram of you and your Patek with the stream in the background. Make sure to tag me. And we will catch you on the next one, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Patek Friday. Thanks, Buckley and SE for jumping on. Special thanks to Dr. Kevin Smith. I think it was in the chat. If I get it wrong, I apologize. And to Gasman for the incredible journey, taking us through the journey in the unboxing. We will catch you next time. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out. I usually play Reach for the Crown, but I can't play Reach for the Crown this time.
No.
I can't do it. So we're just going to cut it right here. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
See you later.